Hello and welcome everyone to episode 8 of Tides of Wildemount. This is our Wildemount campaign on the D&D Twitch and on the RealmSmith Twitch. I have a really exciting night planned for you all. Lots of epicness about to occur. But just want to share some announcements with you real quick before we head into our session for tonight. First of all, I want to say hi to our players real quick. Hello everyone, how you all doing? Good. Everyone's waving.
Good. It's gonna be good.
Gonna be great. Okay, go back to me. All right. So, first off, of course, want to thank Dungeons and Dragons for having us on their channel and helping us to do this and allowing us to play within their world. It's always really incredible to do so. And of course, we are using the Explorer's Guide to Wildemount as a reference for the rest of the adventure going forward. We just finished Tides of Retribution, which is the first adventure in the Wildemount Menagerie Coast campaign from the book, and now we are off book. Well, on book, but off adventure, which is really exciting. So all new, brand new stuff for everyone who is watching. Also want to thank Syrinscape, who was our main title sponsor as usual. Syrinscape has an incredible TTRPG, that is tabletop RPG fantasy player that you can use to add sounds and moods and sound effects to all of your tabletop RPG experiences. We use it throughout, and you can hear it right now actually in the background. It's a ship. We're in the doldrums right now of a ship, and we use it throughout all of it. And we love and have had such an incredible experience collaborating with them, to the point where, coming very soon, we are releasing the first 2 sound sets from our Into the Mist campaign on the Syrinscape store. They are upgraded, enhanced versions of the sound sets I actually used during the stream, and those will be coming up. We have Hopeless Village and Death House coming out very soon for the use in your own Curse of Strahd campaigns at home. And so that will be released soon. Stay tuned for more information on that as we get closer to the time. Of course, we want to thank WizKids as usual. We have these Warlock towels that they've sent us, and we will be using them tonight in the stream if the players get to where they're supposed to get to. But this is an incredible product that is in your local game stores, I believe, this month. Check it out and support your local game stores, because a lot of them are doing curbside pickup if they're still closed. And this is the really cool Doors set that goes with the awesome set, and it's got tons of really cool things. So again, thanks to WizKids as usual. Hero Forge is a new partner of ours and a new sponsor of ours. All of our player character miniatures are now Hero Forge miniatures and are on the table painted, and we've been using them for the last number of weeks. You can check our Instagram to take a look at the paint jobs and how they turned out, and they're really awesome. So tonight, for the first half of the session, we are going to give away a $50 coupon to Hero Forge minis. I haven't told you this yet, Julian. We didn't set up words, did we? Okay, so the Hero Forge code is going to be Hero Forge, HEROFORGE. Don't enter it yet because we are getting ready to set it up, and then Julian will let me know when to pull the trigger on that. So that is a $50 coupon. But for the second half, we're ready to go? All right, in the chat, write Hero Forge, one word, HEROFORGE, and that will put you into the giveaway, the draw to win a $50 coupon for Hero Forge miniatures, which they, of course, have a system that you can create incredible miniatures online and get them printed and sent to you for your player characters and all of your D&D needs or tabletop RPG needs. And then for the second half, we have D&D Beyond is an official sponsor now, and we are powered by them officially. And so the second half of the stream, after the break, and after we announce the Hero Forge winner, we are going to give away a digital copy. I'm getting an echo somewhere. I'm not sure where. A digital copy of the Explorer's Guide to Wildemount for D&D Beyond. And we will be doing that ongoing as well. We're so thankful to have them on board, and their stuff is just incredible, and we just love using it. Also want to thank Beetle and Grimm, who is another product sponsor of ours, who have incredible adventure boxes and campaign boxes for Dungeons & Dragons proper. And, of course, Mithril Army, as usual, who is our official dice sponsor for the stream, and they do these awesome dice spinners. Had an incredible Kickstarter. You can check it out at mithrilarmory.com. we launched this really cool thing where if you sub to our stream, you become a Revelry pirate. And then at different tiers, at tier 1, you're a pirate, tier 2, you're an officer, tier 3, you're a captain. Well, it has been going nuts. We have a bunch of pirates talking in pirate speak and buying ships and upgrading ships and creating crews and going on quests that our mods have been doing through Zoom. And we really wanted to provide the opportunity through this difficult time while everybody's at home to kind of have fun doing so. And so it has exploded. It has been going incredible. And tonight, our players are getting to Darktow, which is where all of our Revelry pirates hang out. And so pay attention to little cameos that we have for some of the characters and stuff within Darktow, which is a lot of fun. And this is the first I've heard of viewers being able to integrate into the actual campaign that is happening in a live stream. So we're excited about that. We'll also be doing a one-shot giveaway. So basically, for the last 2 weeks, we've been giving away a seat at a one-shot with the crew and cast of RealmSmith's Tides of Wildemount. So this campaign, we will be doing a one-shot run by one of us and with the cast at some time in the near future. That will affect the campaign. If you want to be involved in that, the way to do that is just be active in the chat, and we will be choosing tier 2 and up subscribers in order to be involved in that. So that is super exciting, and we'll be rolling that by the end of the show to let you know who has won that spot. Really quickly, behind the screen tomorrow night with B. Dave Walters, who is a accomplished DM on the D&D Twitch channel, as well as a bunch of other things. He's incredible, a writer, actor, all of that stuff. So we'll have him on, and we'll be speaking to him. And then, of course, Players Table on Thursday, and Nolzers on Sunday. I think we are ready. Guys, that was a lot of announcements, but a lot of giveaways, a lot of fun stuff. And last we left our intrepid adventurers. They were aboard the ship called the Wave Chaser. They set out on a quest to retrieve something called the Rod of Retribution from Selakai, who was a warlock of Ukatoa, a Sahuagin or Sahuagin, which I have been corrected on a number of different channels and places. Anyways, they narrowly escaped death on a number of different occasions throughout the last number of streams, and they find themselves back aboard the Wave Chaser with the rod in hand, with their crew and captain, Three Earrings. At the end of last episode, though, there was a confrontation brewing, as Dajarkal, the half-orc druid, played by Noura, thank you, Noura, for joining us again, was called into the captain's quarters. The door was shut and locked behind her. This is where we find you guys. What do you guys do?
What is this? What is this all about?
Three Earrings kind of steps back against her desk, and she crosses her arms and stays silent at the moment.
Something you wanted to see me about?
Dajarkal, have you been lying to us?
Lying? No.
It just seems from what we've heard that you haven't been telling the full truth, is all.
Plunk will step up to her, full stance, up on his toes, look at her up in the eyes and go, "Have you been lying to us?"
To be fair, it's not like we sit there and powwow together. I know nearly nothing about any of you.
And it's more what we've come to learn about you. Apparently, you have been, this whole time, an agent of the Clovis Concord. Is that correct?
Well, that was my initial purpose of being here. However, there's no, I was brought on to be paid to do a job. And along the lines, if you will remember, they did attack the ship and I had clear opportunity to hand all of you over to them, which I did not.
Would you say you're a good person?
That's such a meaningless way of addressing a situation. What is good or bad?
Let's just
you just killed a whole bunch of people just to steal a rod for your captain. I would say, what are you basing this off of?
I just want to ask you, what changed your perspective? Why did you change your mind midway through? That's all I want to know.
Well,
how can we still trust you?
I think there's been plenty of opportunities now where I could have just sat back and let you all endanger yourselves, and then I would have collected my money and left. But I betrayed my own group of people to save you, and then did it again to help you underwater. I don't understand why I'm being attacked here. I thought I've made it perfectly clear where my alliances are, because, and the most messed up about all of this is that, you know, you're saying all this to me when I felt like for the first time I was around a group of people who took care of each other and looked out for each other. You know, I've been doing nothing but mercenary work and just being paid to help whoever I was supposed to help because of a paycheck. But I found that you helped each other for a little more than that, and I just thought that maybe that there was a place there for me, but I guess I was wrong.
All I'm saying is that you changed your mind because of camaraderie. That just kind of seems, I don't know, a little weird. That's all.
How is it weird? When you spend your whole life having nobody beside you and doing things all for yourself and all on your own, and then suddenly you see a group that maybe is there to protect you for just out of maybe kindness. I don't know. Is it wrong for me to maybe want something like that for myself?
For the right price, would you betray us?
No, I had plenty of opportunity to hand you over.
Dajarkal not wrong. Pirates. We're pirates.
Exactly. So this whole moral code of good and bad is just total bullshit to me. You know, you guys.
Foul language. Foul.
I see what you did there. Foul.
I guess all I'm asking is, at the next drop of a hat, when somebody offers you more money or better friendship, where does that leave us? How can we trust you for the journey ahead? I just don't really see how you can so easily betray your last group of people, and now we're just on your side. It just doesn't really.
They weren't my people. I was hired. And, you know, when you have to take care of yourself, you do what you have to do, you know. But I believe that you prove yourself through your actions, and I thought that I've done that. I mean, we all almost died. I didn't have to go with you.
Proving yourself through your actions. You did call the Clovis Concord upon us, did you not? Did you just change your mind after they arrived? It is because of you that we face them, is it not?
I will admit to that they have been aware of your whereabouts because of me. But when it came down to it, I couldn't betray you like that.
So you're saying you discontinued all connection with the Clovis Concord?
I'm sorry, you cut out a little bit there.
Oh, sorry.
What?
I said, so you're saying you discontinued all connection with the Clovis Concord?
Well, not exactly, because after I had a conversation with your captain, I did lead them, or I misled them into a different direction so that they wouldn't find you on our mission to get that rod. And that was the last time I spoke to them.
We only have your word to go on here.
That's right.
The question is, do we trust it? Hey, Jay, do we trust it?
Give me an insight check.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, that's a 17.
What is he? Does he trust it with the 17, Noura?
Yes.
I too am uncertain whether I'm good or bad. So I understand that you would wonder about this question, about who is good and who is not.
I certainly don't have to explain to any of you how dangerous and our society is. I don't have to explain to you how things like trust and friendship are few and far between, and how that would be important to somebody.
If we are bad, we are bad together. Right? If we're bad, we are bad together. Pirates! Dajarkal, you join us!
Really?
No, not really. Dajarkal.
Huh?
I sit here and I listen to all of you speak in circles around the real issue. As I had mentioned before, when given the opportunity to become a double agent for the for the revelry against the Clovis Concord, when Dajarkal and I were one-on-one, when given the opportunity to prove herself, to protect my brother, which is what I asked her to do, she instead asked for more money. She brought the Clovis Concord on our heads. They would not have attacked us if she did not bring them here. Lives were lost on their end, which has created and caused decades of imprisonment, not 8 counts to be exact, of murder to drop further on this ship. Not to mention the fines of tens of thousands of gold for the 8 lives that were lost because Dajarkal brought them to our deck.
You are pirates, and you put yourself through this risk every day, with or without me.
And then, when given the opportunity for a paycheck, you tried to further extort me and asked for more money instead of accepting payment, which I offered you, and a place aboard the ship as the crew. So I ask you, all this talk of kindness and changing of hearts and all of these things, when is it enough? When does it come to the point when you decide that loyalty is more important than the deaths you have caused? I will tell you, you speak of us being pirates. The one thing that we do have is honor among thieves. Loyalty to each other. You are loyal to no one.
You threw brother in ocean.
That's true. You
I killed the
endangered your
man.
own brother.
It was my choice to go.
I dragged a man under the water. I killed him. I would take my punishment. I killed him to protect my friends. Dajarkal didn't kill that man.
And you are all quite wealthy, given the task that was given. Fair share, fair profit. You were paid to put those lives that you do not control in risk. You purposely led others to believe that you were one thing that you are not. I am a pirate through and through. I do what I do to bring wealth to my crew and to those who are loyal to me. Who are you loyal to?
I thought I made it clear the past few encounters, but if you need further proof, and walking up to the captain, I hand her my scimitar. You have every opportunity to kill me now.
She keeps her hands crossed. She says, you are at the edge of death. I can see the gashes. I could flick you in your forehead and you would die here before me.
Then what is stopping you?
I wanted to see if my companions were up to the task at hand. To do what is necessary when the time comes. They have proven themselves to be loyal to me, to my crew, to the people on this ship, to their companions and to their friends. The one thing I asked you when you went down was to keep my brother safe.
And I did the best I could to do so. We all almost died.
You had no choice. I told you you would be going under with or without the helmet. You chose life other than death. That isn't loyalty. That isn't heroism. That is common sense. You attacked your own because you saw that we could very well handle ourselves. You are saying that you could have turned on us at any time. No. You killed one. We defended this ship against 8.
And I helped you defend yourself.
So what say you all?
This is a tough decision. I just don't know what is good and what is bad in this situation.
Good and bad
I'm
is relative to
confused.
this. Sister, you know where I stand. I vote give her a second chance. She has much to prove, but I believe she is up to the task.
What say we give her one more chance just to see how she acts in the next situation?
Yeah.
We've all made mistakes as we try to figure out what is right and what is good and what is wrong. I would be dead if somebody had chosen to make a decision based off of one of my actions. I'm lucky to be here. I would give her a second chance.
I mean, I'm still unsure if you, as the captain, are good or bad either. I don't know if I'm on the right team here.
That is fair. Have I not been true to my word thus far?
Can we make an insight check?
Absolutely.
Okay. It's a 9.
You think she's being pretty honest? You can roll with advantage there,
I
Brandon.
rolled an 18.
You can roll with advantage.
Me?
Yeah.
That's really nice, by the way. That
It's
blue and gold.
beautiful. Yeah, so 18 is my
Okay.
advantage roll.
You know your sister is shrewd. She's cutthroat when she needs to be, but she is loyal. And she is telling the truth.
Hey, Jay,
Yep.
just a quick quick note on loyalty. If someone is loyal to themselves, just as an NPC, does that qualify as loyal? Like, as in, would we be able to detect if she feels like, no, I'm good, even if she knows that internally she'll make whatever decisions she wants to?
Are you talking about the captain or Dajarkal?
The captain. So like the loyalty that she says, that we just rolled for.
Yeah. Well, so you get the sense. What did you roll, Joel?
I roll a 14.
Yeah, with a 14, you get the sense that she's being honest, and that she is telling the truth, and it's heartfelt, and you have no reason necessarily to disbelieve. She hasn't said anything that is beyond what she has shown. That's
right.
I mean, you do know she's a pirate. You do know she has done things that she believes.
She believes
are
what
right.
she says.
Yeah, but she believes what she says.
Is there a way to do an insight check on who is being good objectively in this situation?
Yeah, you can give me an insight check.
It's such an interesting question.
16.
Okay. So, given your experience and given your worship of Pelor and the rule of things, you don't necessarily follow the rules of man. You follow the rules of nature. And of Pelor, who governs all that is not necessarily good, but all that is balanced. And there is a balance in nature. And in this scenario, and so the good for you is the good of the land, is the good of Pelor, is bringing the light to where the light needs to be. You know that there's corruption in the Clovis Concord. You know that pirates are corrupt as well. So that it's a very difficult kind of question to ask of who is good.
Morality.
Yeah, as far as you know, yeah, I mean that's really up to you to decide. All you know is that it appears that the captain is being true to herself and true to what she believes, and Dajarkal is stating that she is true to what she believes and that she did what was necessary to do what she had to do. So it's really, I can't really answer that for you, as it were.
Okay,
but if you want to give me a religion check, real quick.
Okay, will do. A 4 minus 1, so a 3.
Okay. You're trying to kind of sort through your emotional response to try and dig deep into your understanding of Pelor's laws and his tenets, and just having a hard time navigating the situation, because up to now, learning where you did, studying what you did, good and evil was quite clear. It is gray in this situation, and so you're forced to kind of decide for yourself.
Okay. This is tough. Whew.
I think there are a number of opportunities, decisions.
I think if we were to give you a second chance to prove yourself loyal, it would have to be something quite significant, seeing as how your journey with us started.
Quite significant.
Do you have any suggestions?
I would say the consequence, if you were to ever fail us, would be not just death, but some sort of torture in a sense. I don't know, just to make it that much more extreme.
Well, I've already laid down my weapons, and I'm not fighting you back.
I say you should have a second chance. I never thought I would be a pirate. I bet you never thought you'd be a pirate either.
Certainly not.
You've been rather quiet on this issue, Aella. Do you have anything to add?
She saved my life. I'd give her a second chance.
Not sure we would have made it out without her. Down below.
Let's give her a chance until she's proved to be wrong in us giving her a chance.
Yeah.
All right. Very well. But she will not be allowed to wander this ship as long as she is on it. And as she will not step foot back on the Wave Chaser. And when she gets to Darktow, she is your responsibility. And I just hope that this isn't a life lesson to all of you about giving chances where chances should not be given. Know that because of her, you are now enemies of the Clovix Concord. You all have murder on your heads.
But she does too.
Fair enough. But you didn't choose that, she did. So, allow that to be a lesson. She will be taken to the brig, and she will be locked up for the travel to Darktow, which is 5 days. I wipe my hands of it.
Do I get any sense that she might not be truthful in any way?
Insight.
Ugh, 7.
Yeah, you get the sense that she's telling the truth. I do not want to see her again. And she doesn't even look at you. She says, take her to the brig. Go!
I will keep company.
Are we taking her to the brig?
I believe that was intended for me.
Oh,
I will take her.
All of you, please, go.
All right, let's go.
Turning from her and leaving.
Okay.
Yep.
You all leave. What do you do? Once you leave her quarters, she closes the door behind you. You hear it latch.
All right.
You are now
Well,
on the bridge of the Wave Chaser. It is late morning at this point.
Okay.
I will accompany down to the brig just to see where it is.
Same.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Me too.
No.
I'll walk a little bit slower so that we can potentially talk if needed.
Okay.
If there's anything.
Sure.
So
To
I
know
hope you
why.
understand what this may be costing us and possibly me. There was something I was asked to do, and I have flat out refused to do it in my sister's eyes. And I believe this was something that would set me free from this life. I hope you are true to your word and your intent.
Well, I intend to show you through my actions. I just don't understand why she felt that I was endangering you when I thought that I was there surely to help you all in the
And you
best
did
way
help.
that I can.
You did help. As I said, I'm not sure we would have made it out without your assistance down there. That is why I fight for you this time. I'm glad to see you live through this. And I'm
I'm-
sorry.
Snow?
I'm sorry that I deceived you all.
Snow, how many murders for 3 earrings?
How many have I committed?
No. How many murders? 3 earrings committed.
Sorry, you cut out a bit. How many murders?
Did 3 earrings commit
Oh,
in her life that you've witnessed?
she is not always the sort to get her hands dirty. whenever someone needed to die, it was most often at my hand.
And you don't find any problem with that?
I do, and that is why I've been trying to move on, so to speak, to get out from under her and find a life of my own. I would like to be able to dictate my own actions rather than have somebody else guide my hand. Do you understand?
Yes.
I'm trying to make up for those things that I have done. Bring a little bit of good in the world to overshadow that which I have done to hurt so many.
It's part of the reason why I'm a healer. I know I've done things that I'm not proud of, but I try to make up for it.
Plunkrawk, San, and I.
Dajarkal, for what it is worth, I am so glad that you are here now. I'm sorry that we have to put you in the brig now, but I do hope that in time you will be seen as trustworthy, and you will be able to walk free as we do.
I understand.
Snow, you know there are 3 rooms at the back of the lower deck.
Yep.
They double as brig and guest quarters. So they're guest quarters, but with shackles kind of attached to the bedposts, with doors that lock from the outside. And so you choose one of those. They are not currently, none of them are currently occupied. So you choose one and you usher her in.
Which is the most comfortable one?
They're all pretty much the same.
All right. I'll pick the first one.
Okay.
And far left, I guess.
Okay. All
Do you
right.
shackle her?
I think I have to. Yeah. So, I suppose I do. Otherwise, it's, I don't know, just a locked door, I guess.
Yeah. So when you do that, I'll hold up my hands, which still have the shackles that I had, and I'll say, "Don't worry, I had to do this too."
I don't understand what you're talking about. You mentioned that you wear bracelets.
Yeah, they're the remainders of the shackles from where I was tied up, but they're just broken where the chain would be.
As far as I'm concerned, I don't know that they're shackles. I just thought they're bracelets.
Oh, right. I've only referred to them as bracelets.
All right. So yeah, I guess I have to shock it up. I'm sorry.
I understand.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just be watching intently as the shackles get on, and I'm sure that she's secure.
Okay. All right.
I want to go to the kitchen and get a glass of water and maybe a couple of meal items to drop off to her in a bit.
Okay.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Hey Jay, I'm going to attempt to cast prestidigitation on the amulets, on the shackles.
Yeah.
And convince both Bolt and Snow that they're actually closed when they're not.
Right. Okay.
How would you convince Snow?
I don't know, but that's not up to me.
I guess that's my perception.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, oh hey, where'd it go? Everything just disappeared on me. Sorry, guys. My character sheet, I mean. So yeah. So prestidigitation is what I will cast.
So what are you trying to do with prestidigitation?
I'm trying to make the shackles look and feel closed. That's it. When they go around their wrists.
Just read prestidigitation again one more time.
Sure. This spell is a minor magical trick that novice spellcasters use for practice. You create one or more of the following magical effects within range. You create an instantaneous, harmless sensory effect, such as a shower of sparks, blah, blah, blah. You instantly light or snuff out a candle, a torch, or small campfire. You instantly clean or soil an object. This is the one that I'm going for, is you create a non-magical trinket or an illusory image that can fit in your hand, and that lasts until the end of your next turn. So basically, as they are doing the shackling, I'm going to be with them, making sure that the shackle is going on, but basically doing the illusion of the shackle not being on.
So basically, like you're closing the clasp, but it's not actually closed.
Yeah, that's right. It looks closed to them, but it's not actually closed.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check.
Sure. That is +5, 17.
Dajarkal, what's your passive perception?
14. Oh, wait, 14.
Okay. So you succeed, but nobody notices.
Okay.
And you don't even notice necessarily, Dajarkal. You just kind of, your mind is elsewhere right now. As you do this, two of the crew members, and these are just the normal crew members, not the officers, come and they stand guard. One of them stands guard outside of they have a little conversation. One of them stands guard outside the door.
Cool.
And kind of leans up against the side of the door.
The illusion lasts an hour, just so you know, Jay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Do you all leave Dajarkal to herself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
The rest of the day goes pretty much uneventfully. Is there anything you want to do during this day before you say goodnight?
Yeah, I want to be ready in about an hour from now, from when the spell was cast.
Yeah.
To anticipate Dajarkal not seeing the illusion anymore.
Right.
Yes, right, because they're unshackled.
Yeah, if you can give me a perception check, Dajarkal, because they're unshackled, they may just fall loose. So it and there won't be necessarily as tight. You know what I mean, Joel? Because they're actually on her thing. So if you can give me a perception check.
7.
Yeah. So with a 7, you kind of sit with the shackles, and they're loose around your wrists, but you kind of have them rested in your lap currently.
Okay.
Around mealtime, I want to go down with food.
Okay, so around lunchtime, Gaziel and Dave and Bacalhau basically had the same idea. You all bring her food when the time comes. The hour comes. Joel, what do you do within that hour?
Yeah, I just stand by to notice by the hold to see if Dajarkal is made aware of the shackles actually not being on her.
Yeah. So eventually, with your passive perception, Dajarkal, you notice that you look down at the shackles again, like I don't know how I got myself into this, and then you see that they're actually not closed. The latch isn't closed on the ends.
I peek around or hear if there's anybody near me?
Give me a perception check.
Okay, that's 21.
Okay, the door is currently closed, but you do see the silhouette of the feet of somebody standing outside your door.
Okay.
So there's somebody literally right in front of the door, leaning against it, you imagine.
I don't want to be caught with them off and be accused of trying to escape. So I will leave them loose for the time being, but I'm obviously aware that I can get out of them.
Okay.
But for the time being, I leave them on.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna find Snow.
Yep.
I have a question. Snow.
Yes, sir.
This whole ordeal has got me thinking. Well suited for combat, as I thought. Would you know someone on board ship who may have access to tools that a blacksmith might use?
Smithing tools. I am not entirely certain, to be honest. Jay, would I know if anybody has them? Would Borth have any blacksmithing knowledge? Or
not necessarily blacksmithing. I mean, carpentry is a big thing, but you wouldn't necessarily have a blacksmith on board. Or maybe basic blacksmithing, but nothing that's intense enough to smith.
I'm guessing something in more of like a maintenance capacity rather than like a production.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We don't have very much. I mean, there's a certain amount of blacksmithing that goes into keeping the ship up and running. Just, straightening out a bent nail or something of that effect. Now, I suppose if you speak to the quartermaster, he might be able to point you in the right direction, but I would not know where they store these items. Otherwise, there's a number of carpenters. Dilliu, I believe, was a carpenter before. He may have some tools. What sort of tools are you looking for?
Yes, blacksmith tools, to be specific.
So specifically hammers and tongs and anvils and the sort.
Yes.
So, well, I cannot speak entirely to that. I spend most of my time in the kitchen. I am sorry. I wish I could help you more. That is all I know.
Maybe at least someone... Actually, I think maybe that's good. I'll talk to Dilliu.
Yes, of course. And it is a pleasure to speak with you. I think we should talk more often, yes?
Yes, that would be lovely, actually. Over tea, maybe.
Absolutely. Maybe later this evening, yes?
Splendid.
Good, yes.
All right.
Dilliu?
You find Dilliu, yep. So basically, you're looking for you don't find tongs. You do find a hammer, and somebody is able to spare a hammer. But there is no anvil, no tongs, and no hearth, of course.
Okay. So I found Dilliu?
Yes. Yep.
Are you Mr. Dilliu?
Yes, of course I am.
As I remember you from the Clovis Concord attack. Remember we were both on deck.
Yes, and you can tell that he's still pretty uneasy with everything. He's shifty, kind of looking around, doesn't know who to trust necessarily.
I just had a simple request. I understand that you may have certain tools, but before I ask to borrow those, you wouldn't happen to have something along the lines of chainmail, something like that.
Like the armor?
Yes, armor.
I do not believe I do. I have seen some people wearing it, yes, but not. I don't have any spare.
Right. Well, who might I ask if I were to search for such a thing?
Perhaps Kajori, the quartermaster.
Kajori. Perfect. Thank you so much. I would like to find Kajori.
Okay, for the sake of brevity, you're looking to find chainmail?
Yeah.
Yeah, so on the ship currently there isn't any. And other than chainmail that people are potentially wearing. You saw that Snow was wearing chainmail, and that Gaziel, I believe, is wearing chainmail. But other than that, there isn't any access of chainmail here.
Okay.
But you do find out that Darktow does have a smithy in the Sundry Square that you can purchase chainmail from if you wanted to.
Yeah. Okay. I'll stop searching then.
Okay. All right. So I just want to, just so we don't have to go through the whole crew. Okay. So if the rest of you don't have anything else to do, you all kind of bed down for the evening and fall fairly well to sleep, although there's a lot going through your mind. You've heard a lot about Darktow and where you're headed, and people seem to be excited about it. It's home for many of these pirates, or the only place that they can truly feel safe. And so you know that there's a lot of anticipation and joy that you're sensing from the crew. Spirits are lifting, mission is accomplished, money is coming their way. And you've done good by the crew, and the reception that you're getting is heightened because of what you've done. Plunk, as you're falling asleep, sleep starts to take you, and you're kind of cozied in between a couple of crates within the lower deck, and you hear a song all of a sudden. And for a moment, you wonder if it's audible, but then quickly realize by looking around at everybody else who is already fallen asleep that it is not. And it says, "We welcome you with whispered song into the depths of righting wrongs, where colors blend with eyes on guard. A simple grin will propel onward." And that's it. Give me.
I look under my pillow.
Yeah.
My little mat.
Yeah. No, nobody there. Give me an insight check.
Okay. That is a 15.
With a 15, you know that the society that you are a part of, the Grinners, communicate through secrets and often through messages sent telepathically over vast distances. And you imagine and you feel within yourself that this is, you were told that when you got to a certain point in your training that you would receive a message that would propel you forward. Welcome to the College of Whispers. And there is a message that is hidden within that song. I hope you took notes. Snow. No, you know what? We're not going to do snow yet. Bolt, as you are kind of resting into your bunk and into the hammock, and as it sways with the movement of the ship, and you hear the waves lap against the side of the hull, you gain inspiration once again. And you've been working out in your brain about how to potentially build a suit of armor that could do magnificent things. And all of the little inventions that you've created throughout time has led to the creation of such a apparatus, as it were. Part of that apparatus, of course, being a tail that you do not currently have anymore, and that nobody else knows that you don't have anymore. So that's meta knowledge. Welcome as an artificer who is now an armorer, and without necessarily the tools or the means of what you need to fulfill what you are, it all just clicked in your brain, and you cannot wait to get to where you need to get to be able to create once again. Bacalhau and Aella, both of you, having already received, with you, Bacalhau, the understanding of dunamancy and chronergy, and being able to twist time and do it effectively now, you're gaining in your knowledge. And so you've now gained a bit more of that knowledge by reaching level 3, as have you, Aella. And magical abilities have now come innately to you. The ability to teleport yourself from one place to another. Things like that have now become very clear in your brain, and the ability to reach out to that nature magic in order to accomplish those things are a forefront and reachable now. Gaziel, you fall asleep. Your heart aches for the current circumstance. The lack of black and white, the essence of gray in the moral dilemma that you have been faced with is really, it has you, it's captured your mind, your thoughts. It's encapsulated everything that you are. You're having a very hard time navigating these feelings and these notions of good versus evil and this whole area in between that you've never really had to deal with before. You fall asleep. And in an instant, somewhere between the time that you fall asleep and you wake, you feel the distinct warmth of sun on your face. Your eyes open, and you find yourself standing atop a tall, sheer cliff that plummets into an endless sea. Looking to your left, you notice the island you stand atop is one of two that stand side by side. In the distance, you see the sun cresting the ocean, rising at a quick pace to take its place in the sky. Unnaturally so. A warmth begins to fill you, your eyes begin to fill with tears, and you feel something tightening around your ankles. Looking down, you spot living vines beginning to wrap your legs, but not in a threatening way, more of a gentle embrace. You look back, and the jungle that covers the island you stand atop appears to be welcoming you, beckoning to you. You hear a calm, rumbling voice calling out from across the ocean. As you look back into the sun, you hear the word, kneel. As you bend to one knee, radiant energy fills your body, and you feel the welcoming embrace of the Dawn Father himself. For the first time, you've heard his voice, audibly heard him speak, and directly only to you. Suddenly, the island beneath you begins to tremble. The light of the sun recedes as it begins to set back into the ocean. The earth begins to shake violently as you spot a vast, writhing silhouette just beneath the surface of the water. The creature begins to unravel into a serpentine shape as its head turns in your direction. A massive single amber eye peers at you from just below the surface of the water. You watch as countless smaller eyes begin to open all along the surface of its body. The vines that have embraced you begin to wither and die, along with the entirety of the jungle at your back. It appears that the serpent is restrained, as it struggles against three massive chains. One snaps, then another, each one causing the island to split around you. Once again, you look back over your shoulder at the jungle that has withered away to reveal an ancient temple in the distance. You hear a second voice, a quiet, withered voice calling to you from the temple, and it says, "Come." And you wake up.
Wow.
Snow. Bleary-eyed, tired from the days before, still feeling the aches in your bones and in your body. You, through foggy vision, again, not being able to see, for a moment, catch a glimpse of yourself sleeping in the spot that you usually are. Almost like you are looking at yourself from across a distance. But just as quickly as it comes, it goes away. You open your eyes again, and that gray darkness that you have known your entire life exists. For a moment, you saw what appeared to be actual vision, but you've only ever seen in dreams. But you sense the presence of something much like yourself not far from you. Welcome to an Echo Night. Dajarkal, of course, as you sit in your cell, as it were, you've already received a lot of the abilities that come with being a druid. And you feel yourself gaining more knowledge, again, of that natural world that can give you the ability to cast more magic and dig deeper into that area. The morning greets you all. You are aboard the Wave Chaser. It is a new day. What do you do?
I'll grab my-
At some point, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
At
go
some
ahead,
point,
Matt.
I'd like to bring food down to Dajarkal and actually try to talk to her.
Okay. All right, so Snow begins to start his morning duties. A little shaken, Snow, but knowing that you finally been able to start your journey in the direction that was taught to you by your teacher. You create breakfast that then Bacalhau collects some of and takes to Dajarkal. Go ahead.
Yeah, just before I leave the room, I want to poke my head back in and say, "Don't forget your armor," and then I'll head down.
Again, it goes without saying. I'm wearing my armor in the kitchen as we speak.
So I'll go down and grab a plate of food, and I'll head into the room.
All right. So you head to the room, and there is a young crew member who is currently leaning against the door, different than the one that was there yesterday, and looks up at you as you approach. What do you do?
I'll say, "Good morning," and I'll try to walk through the door.
He kind of steps. He's in front of the door, and he kind of steps in the way, and he says, "May I help you?"
Yes, I'm bringing some food to Dajarkal.
Give me a persuasion check.
$11.
Kind of looks around, but of course, please. And he kind of lifts the latch and opens the door. Dajarkal, you see Bacalhau enter with food.
And I'll close the door behind me.
Okay. He allows it.
And I'll bring the food over. I thought you might be hungry.
Thank you. I am. Very kind of you.
I understood what you were saying about not knowing if you were good or not. And I know what it's like to be in your position. I would have wanted somebody to help me.
Thank you again for being kind to me. I know that I didn't do my best to earn your trust yet, but I hope that I have that chance.
I don't distrust you. I don't trust or distrust anyone. And everybody has to have their chance to prove who they are.
Yeah.
Did you have a master?
No.
On your ship, were you free to do as you pleased?
I mean, I was just hired like I am anywhere else. I never had anybody to look out for me and never really had, any close friends. So I went where work was needed.
I didn't have friends either. Snow was my first friend.
Really?
He taught me how to play a game.
What game was that?
I don't remember. But it was quite fun. I could ask him to teach you how to play one day.
That would be nice.
I should go. But enjoy the food.
Thank you.
I'll turn and leave.
Okay. Go ahead, Gaziel.
Knowing the dream I just had and not feeling like I have many good friends on the ship, I feel like, would I be able to just go to Aella and tell her a few things?
Yeah. Yeah, you guys kind of wake up together. Obviously, you in separate bunks, but you guys are in your hammocks in the room. Bolt is also there. You're all kind of just starting your day.
Okay, I trust Bolt and Aella enough to tell them a little bit about my dream, but
Okay.
so I wake up in a panic and I'm breathing heavy and there's sweat on my face, and I just look towards Bolt and Aella and I say, listen, I'm not sure what kind of dream I had, but I know my God was trying to speak to me, but something bad and eerie happened, and I'm just not sure there's good things in our future. There's a lot of things I'm worried about, is all.
Are you saying your dream was like a warning for us all?
It felt like that, yeah. And I'm not sure what to comprehend of all of it, but I just don't think... I think there's something evil taking place.
Do you think that maybe you just had cheese before you went to sleep?
Honestly, maybe. I am lactose.
Okay, well, okay.
What? So wait, I want some cheese too.
That's not the point.
Right. Well, actually,
sorry.
That little warning might be quite appropriate. I also had a dream. It was a dream of an invention that would be most useful in quite a bleak that you're describing. Do you see this ring that I'm wearing? It was left to me by someone very special. I know it has very important properties, but I think I finally might know how to harness it.
Well, it seems like we both had significant moments last night.
I agree. And what about you, Aella?
No, I just was sleeping. I got no dreams.
Nothing at all.
Nothing. Just a bit of nausea from the boat rocking, but that's about it.
Okay. Well, I feel like I want to ask more people on the ship, but thank you for telling me, Bolt. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Anytime.
And then I'm just going to head over to some other of the crew, not the crew members, some other of our team.
Okay. Who specifically?
I'm going to go towards Plunk. I mean, he can't really speak much, but I feel like I want to try to ask him some questions.
Okay.
Plunk, I know we've had a hard time communicating in the past, but I'm just curious. Did you have any weird moments last night at all?
Yeah. Heard a song.
Could you sing that song to me?
Yeah. Here it goes. I once was I.
I'll sing it for you, because you can mimic perfectly. So
Yes.
you're actually able to sound exactly like it sounded in your head.
Cool. Jay, can you turn off the background music while
Yes,
you do that?
absolutely.
Thank you.
I definitely
It's
can.
gonna break my ears otherwise.
Yep. One moment, please. It says, "We welcome you with whispered song into the depths of righting wrongs, where colors blend with eyes on guard. A simple grin will propel onward."
What did you think?
Well, that's quite the song you heard last night. I will take note of that for sure. Do you think you know what it means?
Yes. But probably wrong.
Give it a shot.
But,
Yeah.
But, so, Well, if I try my best at defining what exactly I learned, I would say I am a grinner.
Okay. That's still confusing,
Yeah, I know.
but I'll take it.
Yeah,
Thank you, Plunk. You've been quite a help today. I appreciate
so
it.
helpful. High
Um,
five.
Woo, woo. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go. So thank you.
Yeah,
I'll see you later. Okay.
see ya.
Bye.
Bye.
And then I guess I'll go to both the last two in the ship. I just want to get everyone's opinion, I guess.
Okay. So you go to Bacalhau is. I'm assuming after you talked, you returned kind of your dishes to the kitchen. You find both Bacalhau and Snow in the galley.
Okay, perfect. Bacalhau, Snow, how are you doing?
Good morning, friend.
Good morning,
morning.
friend. I just kind of wanted to ask you a couple of questions now that we trust each other and we are friends. Is that right?
I would say so, yes.
Yes.
I just had quite an eerie dream last night, and I just feel something evil brewing in quite a small way, and I'm not sure if I can trust my dream, but I believe that my God was trying to speak to me, and I was just wondering if you both had any sort of happenings last night in any sort of way.
Strange you ask. I'm going to try something, and tell me if you see anything change. And I'm going to try and manifest an echo right beside me.
All right. And as he does, you see a vision of Snow appears directly beside him. But this version of Snow is slightly different. His hair's cut a little differently. His coloration is the same. His clothing is different. And it's not quite a perfect example or copy of him, but it is a version of him that stands beside. And you, Snow, very much feel that your echo is beside you.
So, is there something there? Because I feel like something is there.
Yeah, it's you, but it's not you. It's hard to describe, but you look a little different.
I'm going to reach out and try to touch the other Snow.
Oh,
What happens?
And it's going through?
Yeah, it goes through. There's
It just goes through?
Yeah, right. It's not corporal, right? It's incorporeal.
I think it is corporeal. I can
Corporeal,
use it
sorry.
to attack, and it can take damage.
Okay, so you touch it,
yeah.
and it is solid, but it seems to be almost phasing in and out of this kind of dark, kind of shadowy energy that exists.
Well, this is going to make working in the kitchen much easier, I can tell you that.
Yeah, it's quite weird
What?
to have two of you walking around.
What is that?
Um,
Would I know what that is?
do you remember Zelda?
Would I even know?
Oh, sorry. Would you know what this is?
Yeah.
Give me a Arcana check with advantage.
I believe I do. It's a 23 without advantage.
Okay. You absolutely recognize the energy that is manifesting as Dunamis, which is the same energy that feeds Chronergy and the magic that your master and now you are able to use. And you've heard of this before, of the ability to use that to be able to create an echo of oneself, but you've never seen it happen.
Okay. So I would be blown away then.
Yeah.
So, did you just learn this?
Well, I've been trying to do this for quite some time. If you remember Zelda, she was teaching me. And it turns out that she was right about many things. However, she told me that I might be able to see through its eyes, but I cannot. I keep trying as we sit here, but nothing. Maybe this one may be blind as well, but she thought that since I could pull these from dying existence, timelines that never happened, that maybe there would be one with functioning eyes.
I want to stare, like get my face really close and look at its eyes, just see if it's kind of responding to me at all.
That's a good question. Brandon?
I don't know if it has its own consciousness, or because I think I can make it do things, and I can switch places with it, just an instant teleportation, switching places with it.
Yeah.
But I don't think.
And you can attack with it, right?
Yeah, I can attack with it. I can opportunity attack with it. There's a lot of things that I can do with it.
Yeah, and so you sense that Bacalhau is kind of in its face. You're almost sensing you and it at the same time.
Yeah.
It's all very strange.
So I'm guessing, like, for me to be able to attack with it, it needs to be able to perceive the space around it. If for it to be able to make an opportunity attack, it needs to be able to perceive the space. So maybe it does have kind of its own mind, but we kind of share a brain, I guess.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just trying to see if I can see. So can you see from this one?
No, I get no sense from it whatsoever.
That's fascinating.
That is so interesting. And you just learned this last night. Is that what you said? What happened last night?
Gaziel walks into the galley.
It was...
Oh, she was already there. Sorry. Sorry. My bad. Too many characters. Got it.
It was, as they say, I suppose a watershed moment. Something, it's as though everything became suddenly clear. And I was able to pull this thing, this other me, here. Wow. And my eyes kind of start to well up as, like, the realization that, like, hey, I may actually be one step closer to seeing.
Yeah.
Kind of dawns on me. Like, well, if Selena is right, maybe one day I will understand what sight is.
Wipe away where the tears are coming up. You don't like to be wet.
Bacalhau, I love you. Thank you, my friend.
That may be the sweetest thing David Morin has ever said in his entire life.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
And Bacalhau, anything that happened to you last night at all?
Nope.
No. Interesting.
Just slept.
Snow, if I just tell you a little bit of my dream, do you think you can try to figure it out for me? I know that you might have insight into things that I don't.
Well, perhaps. Let us give it a try.
I just had this dream that I was approaching this sunny kind of distant beauty, and all of a sudden there was this serpent underwater with fiery burning eyes. And I'm trying to give you as much description as possible considering you haven't seen anything, but do you have any idea what this serpent with chains might resemble?
What should I roll, Jay?
History.
All right. All right. That's a 9.
Yeah, with a 9, no, not necessarily. I mean, you've heard much about many legends and lore about serpentine sea creatures existing, but nothing specific to that description.
I'm sorry, Gaziel. I have heard of many, many different kinds of creatures beneath the waves. It is not safe, the sort of work that we do. I cannot imagine exactly what it is that you saw.
That's okay. It was worth a shot, I guess. Thank you for trying.
Absolutely. Anytime. I want to thank you. When I asked you to to pray before we went below the waves. I did so partially out of novelty, but I thank you for taking the time to do so, and who knows, maybe it did help. We were very close to death.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you, and I thank you for, just being a part of the team, I guess.
Thank you. I look forward to more adventures.
Hey, Jay.
Yep.
Can I head over to Dajarkal in the hold?
Yep. And once again, you come down and you see that same kind of young crew member standing against the door, arms folded, as you kind of walk up.
Sorry, is that a hard J in her name?
Dajarkal?
I call her Dajarkal, but I don't know. We can ask James Hake next time we talk to him.
Yeah. Until now, we'll just be doing it wrong. Until
One
then.
of you is.
Yeah.
Dajarkal.
Carry on.
Yeah.
There's so many ways.
Noura,
to say
you
it.
make a call.
I didn't know how to pronounce it, but I think hearing both, I kind of like Dajarkal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, but maybe a question for James.
There you
go. So Plunk walks up to the dude and goes,
My friend's in there. Can I talk?
Maybe persuasion.
I'll
check.
try to convince him.
Yep.
And that is a 17 plus 5. That's a 23.
Wow. He says, all right, but make it quick, please, make it quick. And he opens up the latch and he opens the door. Just a few minutes.
Thanks.
But only because I'm a huge fan.
Oh, okay. I'll sing song after.
I'll go in and I'll look back at him and get him to close the door.
Close. Yeah.
Yeah, he closes it. Yeah.
Okay. And I walk right in.
Yep.
And I don't say anything. I just like nudge like,
So? What?
Hi. What?
Oh, Shackles. Huh?
Was that you? What if somebody found out?
What? Unfairly treated.
No, I mean, you're right. I'm sorry. Thank you, but what if somebody found out and they saw me and they blamed it on me? They could have killed me.
Oh, Plunk is hungry. You have more chicken?
I don't have any more chicken, but I have some of my breakfast left.
Okay.
Would you like some?
Sure, yeah.
I hand him the bowl of.
Great.
So I ask, I'll just chew on the food until it's gone. I gobble it up like a fiend, like a raven at a dead carcass on the side of the road.
Got it.
Okay. So I do that, and then I turn to her and ask a simple question.
Why? No. Escape.
Well, I thought if I did that you wouldn't trust me.
Oh. Good point. Yeah. Good point. Okay, I'll eat.
I do want to thank you though for yesterday. For standing up for me.
Friend. Friend.
Thank you.
Song?
What happens now? How long do you think they're going to keep me here?
Oh,
Do you know when we're heading towards?
Guard? How long? How long she will be here?
You're not supposed to be in here.
Oh, sorry. I don't know. I would say port. How long sail port? That's how long.
Yeah.
Okay, come on, let's go. Out. Oh, he starts to kind of like he like grabs you kind of by the back and gets you out and closes the door back up.
Okay.
Thank you,
Gotta go. Bye.
Okay, so as you guys settle in for the trip to Darktow, we are going to take a break. We will we will roll for the winner of the Hero Forge $50 coupon.
Nice.
And we'll wait for Julian to say so. Also, thank you everyone for watching, of course. It has been insanity apparently tonight with people spending bits as gold to upgrade ships for the Revelry, which is really, really incredible. We're going to let the actual Revelry roll. We have kind of a roll call slideshow that shows how the crews of the ships are actually starting to fill up, and all of the landlubbers who haven't quite found spots on ships. And these are only people who have created characters. We have dozens of other subscribers who are on our who haven't quite created characters and started interacting yet. So so happy, so thankful for everything that everyone in the community is doing to really enjoy this crazy time of the world that we're currently in. We will take some questions. Those of you that need to do bio breaks, whatever the case may be. Julian, if you want to roll that slideshow, and then we need a winner.
Yeah.
Batman 1530. Yeah? Matt? Yes. Matt 1530. You are the winner of a $50 coupon for Hero Forge. So you can go ahead and message either Prometheus Bound or Shadster on our Discord or on here, and we will get all your information and send you that code. I'm assuming we will be doing the draw for the D&D Beyond Tides of Wildemount digital copy for your D&D Beyond experience. If we will use D&D Beyond, so D letter N-D Beyond as the code. Julian, is that set up already? The D&D Beyond code? D-N-D Beyond. N is in the letter.
All one word?
All one word. D&D Beyond will be the code. We want to thank, of course, D&D Beyond for giving us the opportunity and all the codes to do this. We love them so very much and are so glad that they are now an official partner of ours, which is super stinking exciting. What's that? Okay, so you can go ahead and write D&D Beyond in the chat. You do it more than once, you will be disqualified, and we will draw a winner at the end, along with the third seat in the one-shot that we will be providing privately with the cast for Tides of Wildemount. That will actually be affecting the experience at the table, which is crazy and fun and all of that great stuff. We have a whole other half of this episode with craziness as we approach Darktow. So go ahead, Joel, take some questions. We're going to take a very short break, actually. It's only going to be like, let's say 10 minutes.
Okay, that's good.
So
it is 8:40. We'll come back on at 8:50. Okay. Questions. Y'all ready for this? Okay. Play Scholar asks, Joel, did you do all the vocals and instrument work for the intro, and or how did you make it? The answer to that is yes, I did. And I did it with just Logic and my interface here. And that's kind of my side gig for fun. I just love making music. So in a past life, I did that. And now I do it for you guys. So fun. And then how did I make it? I could go into a long thing, but that's for another stream. That happens on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. called The Player's Table. Dag Crystal J question. What can we do to help earn Gaziel emoji? Oh.
Yeah. Where's the emoji at?
I know. What you really should be asking is, what do you do to help us all earn special T-shirts commemorating our characters?
That's true. That's true. I have a T-shirt. It's cooler than an emoji, so.
And none of us have
I'll
T-shirts.
take that one.
No, but seriously, the way you can do that is by helping us subscribe. Just subscribe to the channel, and what that opens up is our ability to unlock more features on the Twitch channel. So I'm not sure if there's actually a limit right now. There's only so many emotes that we can add to the Twitch channel based on how many subscribers we have. So the more you guys subscribe, the more features become available to us, the more we can do those types of things. So that's that answer, and I believe that is the limitation currently. Now, I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that, but I believe that's the case. When the time comes, this is from Glock89. When the time comes, might want to check on with Gaziel to see if she rolled her hit points for 3rd level.
I did.
So you did? Okay, good.
I did it mid-game.
Mid-game today?
Yes.
Okay, nice.
Julian, help me out.
That is perfect. Deacon Blues Hamilton asked the question, what small game shop do you all use? Plug for small brick and mortar game shops. Okay. So we there are game shops all over that are in kind of this tumultuous time, just like every other shop. But we've actually, I remember getting gifts for Brandon. What was the name of that shop? Brandon, do you remember? Or Jay? Both of them are gone. I forget, but it's our local shop, and I am so sorry. They're in Milton, Ontario, and I totally forget the name of the shop. But that's where we get our local stuff, and I apologize for that plug, which isn't a plug because I can't remember the name.
The reality is that Jay and Brandon and like Julian, they buy a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
The rest of us kind of go to their house to play.
They buy all the stuff. That's true. We count on them.
We're those friends.
Yeah, exactly. Roman Wolf 007 asks, Noura, were you worried about being marooned tonight?
I thought I was totally going to walk the plank. I thought I was dead for sure. I was like telling everybody in my house, all right, guys, see you later. I got to go on stream. I got to go die in like 5 minutes. I thought for sure. I had almost like guaranteed it to myself. And so I was very surprised when I got myself out of that. So thank you for keeping me alive. I owe you one.
What's going to happen? Were you going to just roll a new character?
Oh, I mean, like I have been very, very fortunate to come on as a guest for several episodes. So like, I didn't know. I thought like if I died, see you sometime, maybe. I don't know, maybe as a new character, maybe not. For sure, for when you guys come back, when you continue Curse of Strahd. But I thought maybe for this campaign, I was like, well, good luck with the rest of your season, and I love you guys. And that's what I was, that's what I was ready for.
I guessed it in Curse of Strahd twice, and I died both times. It happens.
I will say this. For some reason, it's easier to kill Dave off as an NPC than it is to kill Noura off as an NPC. I'm not sure what the deal is there, but it's the truth.
I will say there was a slight moment where I was like, all right, I'm going to double down, and that's why I chose to like hand over my scimitars to 3 earrings. So
wow.
I was like, all right, okay, do it. Go ahead.
Let's see what you're gonna do, DM.
Let's see what you're gonna exactly. I was like, let's see what you're gonna do.
He was really against you. And I was thinking if he tried to kill you, I was gonna have to like use my Chrono Reges to like reverse time to save you.
I will say that like for the audience and for people in chat, like I honestly had no idea what was going to happen. Like there was no metagaming in this. There was no like I didn't go back and watch the video like a replay. I honestly came in and had no idea what was going to happen, and I honestly thought they were going to kill me like first 5 minutes, and I was like, and then I'm going to go have dinner.
Sorry, we're keeping you by the way from your dinner.
No, trust me. I would much rather be alive and have a chance to play more with you guys whenever I can. Like it's always such a pleasure.
So fun.
so thank you for not killing me.
Well, I like it's true, right? Like an NPC that Jay plays through and brings to the table, and then we kill them. It's like meh. But like you're bringing stuff to your character that is making us question whether or not we want her around. So good on you.
Thank you.
Your
Thank you.
character.
There were a lot of existential like questions
I know, right? Yeah.
placed tonight.
I think it's our group, to be honest. Yeah.
What is morality?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, questions. Why is Aella still fatigued? I'm not sure, but that's Redbeard76. I will ask Aella, and we'll find out if that's just because we haven't reset her character sheet or something like that. It could be. Because when you level up, the fatigue goes away and your hit points go up, correct? Like that's how it should work.
She had to do a long rest. I think she just didn't do the long rest yet.
Okay, on her character sheet. So you do that on D&D Beyond by clicking the little long rest button, which is below your hit point status, or just to the side of it, depending on if you're mobile or desktop. Okay, Roman Wolf 007 asks again. They all need a long rest, it looks like, on D&D Beyond. Thank you for answering my question, which I just also answered. Simon 1960. And we're coming up to the time now. We have about 3 minutes left. Question, how old is Bolt? I am wharfing playing a bronze 60-year-old dragonborn on the ship Sea Manticore. Love your character. Aww. How old is he?
So I put him at 30.
Okay.
Yeah. So 60 years. As I understand, they age the same as humans, along the same, like they mature sooner, but they have the same sort of lifespan.
Cool. Are you what color dragon are you?
Bronze.
Bronze, right. I forgot. Yeah.
Bronze and proud.
Should ask another question here. Writing Machine 123 asks, any advice for playing a bird? I'm playing an Aarakocra in one of the Revelry games. Yeah, don't pick one that can't speak. Just pick a character that can use commonly. And yeah, that's my best piece of advice for playing a bird. There's another one coming up. Warped Saint 1 asked the question, can we talk about David's cute moment with Snow? Yes, we can. Let's do that now, folks. So David,
we can do that.
Well, here's how we're going to do it. Here's how we're going to converse about it. It's like, this is so not Dave Morin. By the way, folks, at home, I spend a lot of time with Dave, and I can just tell you right now, that was the kindest thing I have ever seen him do. So Dave, where did you get the inspiration for that moment? Because it's certainly not natural.
I've been watching a lot of kind people be kind and try to pick it up from them lately.
Yeah.
And just trying to put myself in character. If I was a kind person, what would I do in this situation? if I was.
Yeah, well, that one was pulled off quite well.
No, I don't know. I'm a nice guy. I got like kids and stuff and weep.
They are alive, so that's good.
Yeah.
So that's amazing.
I don't know.
Okay.
Does that count as talking about it?
Yeah, we just did. Anyone else have comments on the cutest moment in the show so far, in the season so far?
Yeah, I was trying to picture it, and Bacalhau, like turtles, what exactly do their hands look like? Is it like it's not just a flipper, right? You have fingers.
Yeah.
Do you?
Is this Bolt
Turtle.
or Adam asking this?
Ninja Turtle hands.
They're Ninja Turtle hands, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtle.
Like a turtle's hands,
Yeah.
but I guess a little more dexterous.
Yeah.
All right, we should jump back in on that note.
Let's get on with this.
Oh man, it's awesome.
All right. Again, thank you to all the Revelry Pirates who are subscribers to our channel. Again, all you need to do in order to become part of the Revelry is to subscribe, either through Twitch Prime or just a Tier 1, Tier 2, or Tier 3 at the different tiers, you get different things, including your own ship as a tier 3 captain, and you start to add crew, and there's roleplay channels on our Discord. You get to go on quests that are led and DM'd by our moderators. 2 quests have already happened, which will affect our game moving forward, which is so fun and exciting. And you'll see what else possibly this episode. All right. Okay, you guys hunker down for the trip to Darktow. It is a 5-day trip. And during that time, a couple days in, Aella, you are beckoned to the captain's quarters in the middle of the day.
Okay.
As you enter, she looks at you. She says, please, please, come in.
Okay. I go in.
And she says, Aella, we spoke about something some days ago regarding the revelry. Where do you stand on all that has happened here? You knew before everyone else did about the true nature of what we do.
What do you need to know? What do you want to know?
Well, I had asked you if you wanted to become a member, potentially, and I would take that request on to the Plain King himself. And you could join our crew. There is, like I said, something about you, a storm that I could use upon this ship. I am losing my one of your abilities very soon, as you know. Dajarkal filled a role that I need filled.
And what did you want me to do? What is this?
Join
what does this role entail?
Join our crew and sail the seas with us. Help us to forge our own destiny. You have sailing background. You're an accomplished fighter and healer. You have many other abilities. I just want you to consider it. You don't have to decide now. Perhaps before we leave Darktow. If you're interested, you let me know.
Okay.
All right. And I thank you for what you have done aboard this ship. She dismisses you. And then a day or two later, she calls Snow to her quarters. At this point, I'd like you all to take out your earphones, please.
Oh, I hate that.
My brother, I know it has been a trying excursion thus far. And I can feel the distance that we have. I can feel that you are pulling away, that you perhaps have made your decision about when you want to move on, and I just beg that you know that my heart, a little bit of it leaves with you. And I want you to know how much I do care, that I do love you. I'm not quite sure how I can do this thing without you, but I will. What is your intention?
Well, my thoughts were if I could be given leave from the revelry so that I no longer have to answer to anyone but myself. That would be my hope. Not that I would never do work for the revelry again, but I would do so more in a, blade for hire capacity, I just want to have the freedom to be able to choose my own direction, to move my own hand. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Listen, you and I, we have been through so much. We fought hard to survive in the streets. There were many out there that would seek to do us harm, but together we got through. We survived. We found our next meal. We had to do some shady things. Mostly I would do the shady things. I did not want you to be taken to dark matters. I wanted to protect you from that. Get you into a safe position so that you can live clean. You don't have to worry about where your next meal is coming from. And here as captain, you can call the shots. And I did not think that the shots you would be calling would be as dark as the ones that I had committed to get you here. I have given my life for you. And I would like to try my hand at a new one. A new life. Something that I have say over.
Well, I understand and I appreciate it, and I know that people come and go, and chapters open and close. And if this is the end of our chapter, at least for now, then I will accept it. And I am thankful for all that you have done. But I hope you'll remember that we may not have survived this life if it wasn't for this. Now we are kings. We are lords and commanders of our own destiny.
You may be a king, a lord, a commander of your own destiny. I am a cook and an assassin. You understand, don't you?
Yes.
It's stuck in one place. I am in the kitchen, and I do what you ask me to do. But there's so much more to life. I want to reach out. I want to see what I can accomplish. Sister, in just a mere matter of weeks, look what I've been able to do. And then I manifest an echo right beside her.
Whew. And she jumps and she steps back and clasps the desk.
Don't be afraid. That is also me, but from another existence. A dying age. A timeline that never came to be. This is me based on other decisions from others and myself and you. This is something that I can do. And I've learned it so quickly. What else can I achieve given the freedom to do so? I'm not saying I will never work for you again, but I am saying that I have the right to refuse. I'm saying that there is no obligation, familial or otherwise, that should I be asked to do something I do not want to do, I can say no, because I am my own free agent, because I am the one that is given the opportunity to decide. It is not decided for me. That is what I wish.
Then you may have it. I may be the commander of my destiny, but somehow, brother, you've managed to find a way to change your past. That is truly incredible.
Sister, many have promised us, and you have been there through every single time. People have told me that I could see. They've told me they could heal my eyes. They have told me that their gods would do it. They have told me that magic would do it. But nothing has. This might do it. I might be able to see through this one's eyes one day, or another one. If their eyes work, then maybe one day I can see through them. Finally, I will know what I've been missing my entire life. Sister, think about it. It's a new beginning for me. More the way than one.
Then as far as it goes, in Darktow, then maybe perhaps we say goodbye.
If you wish. Yes. I plan to stay with these new companions. I have made connections with many of them, and I wish to tie my fate to theirs.
Well then, that is the way it will be.
Sister, should you ever need me, call. Send word. You know I will always be your brother, and I will always fight by your side, if the cause is just. Yes.
And the same goes, my snowy owl.
Thank you, sister. I can't tell you what this means to me.
And she gives you a hug. And I'm going to call everybody back.
All right. And this time I hug back.
Okay.
And we're back.
All right, and we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. All right. The trip goes off without a hitch. 5 days on the ocean, and on the evening of the 8th day of Brusendar, you hear Kajori yell, "Approaching Darktow, Captain!" as the whole of the crew begins to collect on the deck to watch their approach. Some scatter, attending to their various duties. Others stand at the railing, looking northward. You guys hear this from the various places that you are about the ship. It is, the sun is probably 3/4 of the way set at this point. What do you guys do?
Just during the trip, I want to have used my right tool for the job feature, which I just got, level 3.
Yeah.
And now I have made my own smith tools.
Excuse me. All right.
Well.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
La-di-da.
Very good. What do you guys do?
I go find Bacalhau and I tell him the good news of the discussion with my sister.
Okay.
So, Bacalhau, I've been given freedom. I am now my own master, as you would put it.
That's great news.
I wish to travel with you and the others. As I told my sister, my fate is bound with yours.
It's very, very exciting. How did that happen?
Well, she called me in, and I think she knew. She sensed that I was no longer so invested in this sort of life, that I needed that freedom. And she offered it to me.
Wow.
Yes.
So, will you not see her again?
No, I'm sure I will. She is my sister, and whatever work we do, it is bound to have us cross paths again.
I suppose we are pirates.
Yes, well, after this, I don't know if I am a pirate anymore. Maybe
We don't have to be pirates.
Let us just be us. You know? Let us just enjoy being us. Well, shall we go find the others?
Yeah. Are they nearby?
I don't know.
Oh, that was a question for the DM.
Yeah.
Get RP though.
So everybody is starting to gather. Yes, everybody is starting to gather on the deck. I'm assuming all of you kind of hear Kajori's call and gather.
Am I still locked up?
You are
there?
still locked up. Yeah.
Hey, Jason, I'm
Yep.
just gonna check my room for my armor. Make sure I have it with me.
Yeah. So you guys
I am too. I'm
Yeah.
gonna put on my armor.
We're all wearing our armor.
Okay, so you all put your armor on collectively, in a armor putting on montage, much like a Rambo movie. And the Wave Chaser currently navigates its way northeast through a narrow channel choked by a tangled graveyard of destroyed ships and driftwood. 20 minutes into navigating the channel, the captain emerges from her chamber and orders her crew to raise the colors. Immediately, one of the crew replaces the current flag with one of solid purple. As the sun begins to set, you start to notice that in and amongst the rubble that line the channel, various watchtowers, bolt throwers, and catapults. All part of Darktow's vast defenses. As you scan the reef, you spot a gargantuan silhouette pass under the ship, its movement causing the water to rise and fall slightly, the crew seemingly unshaken by the sight. After some time, in the creeping darkness of dusk, the crew begins to light lanterns across the ship's upper decks. As you approach, you see jagged cliffs of varied height and shape that rise out of the ocean, creating the impression of a massive, toothy maw. An island city of volcanic rock dotted with hundreds of flickering torches and lanterns. At its base, a scattered web of shipyards hosts dozens of ships. Welcome to Darktow. Is there anything you guys want to do before you pull into port?
Yeah, Jay, can I find out or get a sense for how many people live in this area? The population of Darktow, effectively.
Yeah, I would say from this distance, if you can give me a perception check with disadvantage, please.
Sure. And then I'll just check again when I'm closer. Sorry. That is a natural 1.
Yeah, you have zero clue. At this point, it's dark, sun's starting to set. You see flickering lanterns. You don't know if they're from homes or whatever. You're not even totally sure anybody lives here at this point.
Okay. All right.
Anybody else? No. Dajarkal, one of the people guarding you, a couple of the crew come down and they open up the latch and they pull you out. What do you want to do with these shackles that have been loose this whole time?
Just freaking out a little bit when they come in to get me. I do close them.
Okay, so you close them shut, and they click, and they come over and they kind of grab you, one on each arm, gently. Actually, they're not super rough, though. You do get gaze, like death stares, from some of the crew as you're carted up the stairs and onto the main deck. Many of them considering you a traitor, and should have potentially met another fate than the one that the party has awarded you. As the Wave Chaser approaches the harbor, you pass 2 caravels already docked nearby, and a caravel is a ship much like the one that you're on. One appears to be in mid-construction with the figurehead of a manticore. The other has the deceitful squid emblazoned on its side. From the crow's nest of the squid, you spot 2 pirates watching you. As you pass, one is a tabaxi and the other a half-orc with a pigeon on its shoulder. The half-orc reaches into a pouch and holds it out for the pigeon, who pecks vigorously at it before the orc tosses the rest into his own mouth. On the deck, you see several more pirates watching a competition between 2 pirates on a floating log in the water. One falls with a splash as you hear cheers and groans erupt as pirates pay up or collect their winnings. The Wave Chaser continues to slow until it comes to a halt as the crew slings ropes overboard and begins the process of securing the ship to the docks. At this point, Borth announces that it's time to disembark, that you all have shore leave, or that the crew has shore leave in general. What do you do with your stuff? You're also informed that it is customary or normal for the people and crew of a ship to stay on the ship that they're on and stay there, but you haven't even really decided what you're going to do as it comes to Darktow. That conversation really hasn't happened. You just know that you're here to collect the payment that comes from the selling of the rod. So is there any preparations that you all want to do before you disembark? Dajarkal, you really don't have any choice.
Just
Although
making sure that
your things have been collected, and one of the crew members is carrying it.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I think I would want to keep an eye on where Dajarkal is as well,
Okay.
and just make sure that we're nearby to help once she gets off, and that we're all together. We don't want her to get separated from the group.
Okay, so you're standing kind of around her.
I do kind of, without saying anything, just kind of like point out to especially Plunk that, like, look, I am shackled now. I can't escape.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yep, I'll make note of it.
Okay. All right. You all gather your things. Are you gathering everything? Are you leaving some things on the ship? What's your kind of intention?
I'm bringing all my stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think I will too.
Okay, everyone? Okay. As you disembark the Wave Chaser, a small group of dock workers have joined the crew in mooring the ship. You spot 3 earrings conversing with a fox-like humanoid wearing spectacles that appears to be taking notes in a large ledger. She has the rod securely tucked under her arm, wrapped in a cloth, and you can just tell by its oblong shape. A gnome and a grung rush past you, whooping as they chase a large goose down the dock. Moored next to the Wave Chaser is an unnamed caravel, its crew working diligently as they swab the deck. One pirate sits trying to patch the sails while he smokes a pipe. The ship clearly having seen some action recently. A half-elf can be seen unloading crates from the deck, stacking them neatly for inventory on the dock. The harbor is vast but unnervingly quiet this time of day, lit only by lanterns that cast a hazy glow through the thickening fog. Exandria's moon's currently taking refuge behind an overcast sky. The sounds of revelry can be heard in the distance as you hear 3 Earrings' voice from behind you. Well, welcome to Darktow. I have much business to attend to. As soon as I have met with my buyer, for the rod I will find you and offer your share. In the meantime, enjoy yourselves here. It's quite unlike anywhere else on the coast. If asked, you're on my crew. For all intents and purposes, you're revelry here. But please, try to behave yourselves. Well, most anyways. Snow will be your guide. Please be sure they feel at home, brother.
Of course, sister.
And I know we
Let
dropped...
me show you around.
Sorry, we dropped Mel. Her computer died? Oh, okay. Yeah, we dropped Mel out, so she's just going to reconnect. So we're just fixing those frames to get everybody back on track here as we wait for that to happen. Technical stuff, always fun. She also then turns to Dajarkal and her captors, and she says, "You may let her go." And with that, the captain turns around and heads in towards Darktow with Heidi and some of the other crew with her. The guards or the crew members undo the shackles, take them off, and start to return back to the Wave Chaser. What do you all do?
Yeah, I immediately respond to them having released her from the shackles with a yeah!
And I just kind of wink at Plunkrawk.
Okay. What do you guys do? And right now we can't see anybody.
I unmute my mic.
Sorry, Julian, are you just getting the frames back? It's okay, you can still place them, and she'll... Just hang tight, folks.
Yeah, I think Jay, if Mel accidentally even signs back in, then they're gonna have to redo all the frames.
Because she's last, though, she'll go into the last spot.
Oh, maybe, yeah. So I'm going to turn to the party and ask, tavern?
Tavern.
God, yes. I absolutely need a drink.
Yeah.
I just want us to be careful. I don't know where we are. I just feel like we should have each other's backs, just be looking around everywhere right now.
Of course, don't worry. You're surrounded by pirates here. You'll be fine.
Good one.
Just
I would actually like to make my way to blacksmith.
Blacksmith?
Before anything, yes. There's an invention in the front of my brain. I have to start working on it right away.
Absolutely. Just continue down this road here. Take your first right, and then your first left. But stay on the left side of that street. If you go on the right side, then you may run into trouble. There's a bad group of people. Just stay to the left and continue to the end of the street, and you'll find the blacksmith right there.
Except that it occurs to you, Snow, that this time of day, they've probably already closed up shop as the sun is setting.
Right. However, they're not going to be open until the morning. Tavern?
Oh.
Tavern.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was so impressed that you remembered those directions so clearly. Wow. All right, well, I guess accompany you to the tavern.
Certainly. Yes, tavern.
Hey,
Tavern.
Jay.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, so the way the city is laid out, or this town is laid out, is much like the picture we see in the middle of the Twitch stream there.
Yeah.
It's like up on crevassy hills and stuff.
Yep. It's like a hive-like pirate city built into the actual rock itself.
Okay, that's cool. All right.
Tavern.
Okay.
Tavern.
You begin to ascend through the rough-hewn stone steps that lead deeper into Darktow and find yourselves walking through a labyrinth of ramshackle structures that sprawl across numerous rock shelves and caverns connected by bridges, tunnels, and rickety platforms. The hive-like city has made use of naturally formed nooks and caves and turned them into modest hovels. Where to? The taverns. Specifically, I'm assuming the Bloated Cup. Snow?
Yeah, I if that's the one that we normally frequent, absolutely.
Yep. And that's kind of, there's two within Darktow, but the Bloated Cup is kind of the most popular, and you think the best kind of indication of what Darktow is for your new companions.
All right.
Okay. As you walk through, and it's not far, this is the closest one also to the shipyard, and you all kind of sense that everyone here that you're passing is part of the revelry. And as you pass people in the streets, they kind of look you up and down, they gauge you. Some are really seedy and shady, others appear to be sailors, but for the most part, everyone seems like they can handle themselves. There isn't any present guard, as it were, or uniformed sort of presence, but there are definitely people who are walking a path like a sentry and looking out for certain things, almost like they police themselves in a lot of ways. 3 blocks out, you can clearly hear the loud chatter, yelling and singing, marking a bustling pirate tavern. You come upon a large 2-story building that seems to be the source of all the excitement. A sign above the door says the Bloated Cup.
My friends, welcome to the Bloated Cup. Keep your pockets guarded and your bags closed. Let's go.
As I go in, I want to hold my warhammer. Just make sure it's out in front of me.
Okay. All right.
And please, my friends, in my appreciation of everything that you've done for me, please allow me to buy drinks tonight for everyone.
Yeah. Dajarkal. Dajarkal. Dajarkal.
And I'll say to Snow, I want to say quietly to Snow's ear, is she our friend then?
I really hope so.
I reach over around Snow's shoulders, and say,
Dajarkal friend, drink up.
Tonight, she's a friend.
I'll say to Dajarkal, I'll drink from your cup, but I wouldn't call this an act of loyalty quite yet.
I know my actions have to prove myself, and I'm ready to do so. But for now, we drink and we celebrate a little bit of freedom tonight, yes?
Very well.
I appreciate the offer. I'm going to not drink anything tonight. But I'll celebrate with you.
No fun.
Oh, you're going to make Plunkrawk sad.
I just prefer to keep my full guard right now. That's all.
Oh,
Fair enough.
okay.
I want to go to the. I'm very excited about this. People don't generally give me things. I'm gonna go to the find the barkeeper there.
Yeah, so you guys are still outside, but entering the Thrumming Tavern, you notice it is jam-packed and filled with shouting, clinking glasses, and music being played by a motley crew of pirates playing a variety of instruments in a corner. You're greeted cheerily by a red-headed barmaid who walks by with her hands full of pitchers of ale. In the center of the room, you see a human standing on a chair, perched on a table, tinkering with a contraption on the ceiling with wooden blades that are slowly revolving. Behind the bar is a surly barkeep, watching a pair of young pirates trying to teach a parrot in a gilded cage some colorful new words. At a table in the corner, a dark elf and a half elf are talking quietly together, their hands clasped as the female dark elf lets out a soft chuckle. Almost hidden from view in the shadows sit a couple of old hands who seem to be discussing the shortcomings of a couple of wet-behind-the-ear pirates that sit at the bar. The smell of hot, delicious food reaches your nostrils as a 7-foot-half orc in an apron brings out 2 plates to the young pirates at the bar. A number of the crew from the Wave Chaser have already collected at a small table in the corner. Specifically, you see Kijori, Borth, and a few of the other crew, lesser crew members, in the far corner. At this point, and unfortunately, the frames got messed up, and so we're gonna have to fix them as we enter them in. But we have invited our 2 captains from the revelry, members of our community, to join us, and that is Garrett and Steve, Captain Kenai and Captain Whitaker. Welcome.
Woo!
You are enjoying, the 2 of you captains, and discussing some of the recent ongoings within Darktow as we fix you guys. You guys are kind of broken right now in the scene here. But you guys are enjoying the revelry, as it were, as you have been for the last couple of weeks since your last quest out. And you see a group of adventurers come in. You've heard rumors of these, and you knew that they'd be arriving around this time, as you have also seen members of Three Earrings crew enter just before these newcomers have. What do you do?
Hey, Tarleton, looks like the Wave Chaser made port finally. What do you think?
Finally. I've been hearing a lot of rumors about this Wave Chaser.
Yeah, seems to be on the buzz today. I'm wondering if they're going to be worth it. Hey, have a drink with. Think they got some good stories to tell us?
I believe they might. I hear a lot of rumors about this Three Earrings and her crew.
I haven't heard much, but let's welcome them. Welcome them. Go, lads, laddises, come join us. Tell us your tales.
You see that there are 2, and if you can just describe yourselves as these 2 captains, appearingly commanding presences, start to kind of usher you or call you over to their table in a corner. If you can just describe your characters for us.
Tarleton, be my guest.
Okay. He's around 6 foot, maybe 6'1". He's got a kind of a red goatee. Looks a bit like me, actually. No glasses, though. With an eye patch.
Nice.
There we go.
Oh.
And Captain Kenai?
You see sitting there holding what appears to be a pitcher, a Goliath, who, if he stood up, would be about 8 feet tall. Sitting there enjoying his drink and just having this wry smile and an infectious laugh every time he hears a good joke and a good story.
All right. So what do the rest of you do? Adventurers?
Yeah, I immediately I grab the friends that I can kind of get along. And I go, "Gah, let's go there," and see where they just called us over. I want to go towards them. That's party. and bring them over.
With you? Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be out of shackles and to be on land, so I'm there.
All right.
And I'm just going along with the party. Everybody's going that way. I'm going that way.
Okay.
Lads, get some chairs. We have some guests here.
Well, it seems to be the place. Shall we pull up some chairs?
And
I want to wave down a bartender as I go, like a waitress, so that we can order drinks.
Yeah, and there is a like I said, a red-headed kind of plumper barkeep who walks by, and she says, "One moment, please, one moment." And she has her hands full of pitchers right now that she's kind of dropping out of some tables. It's actually hard to find enough seats for all of you. It is so packed that you're having a bit of a difficulty kind of finding a place to sit and kind of take a load off.
So rather than sit down on a chair, Jay, I'll just climb right up onto the Goliath's lap, and stand there and go, "What's your name?"
You're an odd one. They call me Scoob. Keen Eye. And what's your name, my feathered friend?
Plunkrawk. Want a song?
By all means. What have you got?
He's very good.
This one made me famous in other towns. Goes, I never knew that I'd like to be a pirate. I never knew I'd like it so. Hey, everybody! I never knew that I'd like to be a pirate, but now I really, really do. Yeah!
Hey.
And people around you start to kind of clap a little bit. Some people are like, "Shut up, I'm trying to drink over here," and yelling and so on and so forth.
I didn't even know we were pirates.
That's a great tune, Plunk. That's much better than I heard one a few days ago.
I'm the best.
Because I'm so little, I want to jump up onto the table, and I want to look at the two pirates and say, "Hello, I'm Gaziel. I just I wanted to see you face to face."
And now that you have, what do you think?
You're quite large. You're just very large. I just can't even. Whoa.
He's a big guy, but he's nice.
Very kind.
Where's your hammer, Gaziel?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm not trying to do any harm. I'm just scared a little. You pirates.
That's understandable. It's understandable.
I'm in unknown territory, I guess. I'm just trying to protect myself. Tell me about you pirates and what you're like.
We're not really that much different from any other pirates, I assume. We like to steal and, recover.
Just enjoy the freedom of the ocean and adventure that comes with it.
Would you consider yourselves good?
That's a good question.
As I try to shrink back when she says that.
Well, lass, I'll tell you the same thing I tell me crew. As long as you're loyal to the ship, loyal to me, and loyal to the crew, you get fair. You don't do that, you ain't treated fair. Pure and simple.
Oh, I like that one.
Are you their master?
Yes. The Sea Manticore be my home, and the lads be my family.
Sea Manticore. Sounds tasty.
Not really. It's a little gamey, especially around the tail. You hear Scoob kind of slip in and out of kind of a dwarvish accent as he talks.
Oh, wow.
You just need more melted butter. And that's kind
I'll have to try that next time we find one.
Yes, I think that would really set it off. The flavor, just get very rich flavor.
I'd recommend fermenting it and then storing it with salt. It's probably the best way to take care of it.
Salt has 3 strings around it.
Slipshot, keep note of that.
Well, I'm curious. This is the first time we've met. What is the most recent thing that you've recovered, as you put it?
Yes, recovered.
You must have harrowing story.
Recovered.
I just made it back from a trip not too long ago, but my good friend Tarleton here was here when I got here. I'm sure he's got a. I'll let him start off his tale.
Oh, no, I'm not sure that you want to hear anything about my tale. It was only it wasn't very interesting.
Tell us.
Well, how are your feelings towards the Clovis Concord?
Oh, we kill.
Oh, well, then you like this story. We chased a ship, and instead of leading them off course, we decided to ram them. We rammed the squid, that's our big mast on front of our ship, rammed it right into the back of them, and then we killed everyone on board, and we stole everything they had. It was fantastic.
Everyone? Did you?
Everyone! All the Clovis members.
Wow.
That's amazing.
I turn to the others and I go,
Real pirate.
Well, to be
Real
fair,
pirate.
they attacked us first.
You see, they did the same thing to us.
That's what happened to us. Yeah.
That's right. It was self-defense.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Self-defense. That's what it was.
Everyone has a right to protect themselves.
Exactly.
Yep.
I want to turn to Noura, not Noura, just said your real name. I want to turn to Dajarkal and ask, is this making you uncomfortable?
No, I'm good. I'm fine.
You seem pretty uncomfortable.
I'm
gonna lean over to Gaziel and just, I don't think we should bring that up right now.
Later on and see what.
Listen, I'm fine. I'm very happy to be here with you all. It's just it's just a lot, it's just a lot to process in one day.
She was prisoner.
Elbow him. Very
She's
hard.
our friend now. She's okay.
I'm okay.
Yes, she's been recovered,
I'm
apparently.
The barmaid comes over and says, "All right then, how may I help you? May I get something for you to drink?"
Yes.
Have
everybody.
alcohol.
Yes, of course. We have mead. We have
Can I
ale.
have a Palma Flora with extra flora?
Oh, we don't have any of those here. I'm sorry. I can fetch you some ale if you like.
No.
Do you have a
I gotta look
specialty
at
in this tavern?
Oh, ale.
Ale
It's a
is.
little warm, but it'll do.
I'm okay with that.
All right
Just
then.
keep them coming.
How many ales is that?
2. Me.
9. 9 ales. Very well.
Not for me.
I guess.
Oh,
8.
Plunk will drink hers. That's fine.
9.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'll be right back. And she turns around and she heads into the kitchen, or to the bar rather.
The ale here is terrible, but it'll do the job.
There aren't too many choices on Darktow.
Sound like a man who's been here a few times, my friend.
Indeed, I have. You may know 3 Earrings, yes?
I've heard the name, but I haven't had the pleasure.
Yes. Well, she is captain of the Wave Chaser, and I am her brother.
Ah.
Yes.
Well,
Just
He's
in case
blind.
you have heard stories.
He's blind.
Jay, have I heard any stories?
Give me a history check.
Sure. Yeah, that'd be a 7. Why not?
No, you don't quite remember any stories. Although you've been drinking a lot this week, and you do remember some rumors regarding Captain Three Earrings, but you can't quite place it right now in your foggy kind of state. But Captain Whitaker, if you can give me a history check, please.
Yeah, sure. Is a 19.
Okay. You do remember that there was a captain named Three Earrings that was pulling into port tonight, and she owns a ship by the name of the Wave Chaser, and she's befriended a motley crew of adventurers, which you've actually been waiting for. And, of course, Scoob has kind of forgotten that through his drunkenness in the last number of hours that you guys have kind of spent kind of waiting in the Bloated Cup for them to arrive. You do remember that it was connected to the death of a captain some months back, and that she died at the hands of the Plank King himself, and something to do with an ancient evil, but that's pretty much all you remember.
Okay. I will relay that information to Scuba, kind of
okay.
This is what you might have forgotten because you're doing a bunch of drinking. There's a bunch of it happening on this side. So I'll tell them about
Being the size of me cup I use all the time.
Well, that's the regular size around here.
Well. Well, yeah, it's back to the Concord. They've been around a lot lately. My crew had a run-in with them too recently.
Did you?
You don't say.
There was we had gone to one of our sister ships had failed to check in, and we went to go follow up. Found that she had been attacked by a mercenary crew, and then while I was on shore making sure everything was good there, my lads are telling me that Concord ship came plowing into the two ships at full sail, and had a nasty run-in with Sahuagin and Marrow, some nasty deep-sea creatures. But all the crew on the Concord ship seem to have been eliminated already. Very strange. We attempted to save the ships to bring back, but from what I hear, the damage was too extensive.
They are corrupt. They're working on something. You know, they harvest us pirates when we are ripe for the taking. Have you ever noticed they always come after us after a big haul? They know. That's my theory, at least.
It'd be a good theory. I'll keep that in mind for later.
Just be wise. They may be trying to get to you more after you finish a job. That's what I think.
Job.
Well, not this doom and gloom. Hey, tell us, what's your adventures been like?
Well, not that long ago, we came across a ship where some weird tentacle beast was controlling everyone on board. It was horrifying.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure that Bajori and Borth over there could tell you more. I cannot tell you very much. Actually, Plunkrawk was there. He saw the whole thing. Can you explain what this thing looked like?
Yeah. We all live in a yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. Underwater.
And with that, the next number of hours continue with stories of your adventures and your revelry. And at this time, I'd like to say thank you so much, Gary and Steve, for joining us tonight, for making our community so really incredible, for captaining your crew the way that you do, and really bringing life to all that we have. I'm assuming the chat is going nuts with you guys on right now, and with all of your crew members raising a glass. So thank you so much for joining us. Again, just make sure that you don't stop your video because it'll mess everything up. But if you guys can mute, and we really appreciate it, and we will see you soon on another quest. Shortly.
So
Thank
good.
you. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Bravo, gentlemen.
The night gets quiet. Within the Bloated Cup, people start to leave. People kind of stumble out, half drunk. A couple fights break out throughout the night. Lots of music and lots of craziness, as you would imagine would occur in a pirate town of sorts. Sleep is starting to beckon you. What do you do with the rest of your evening?
Find a room.
Okay.
That's safe.
Yeah, so you can either head back to the ship, which is guarded and the crew stays there, or you can try and find a room in town. Snow, you know that there are a couple kind of shady inns, and again, they only exist for people who come and don't have a ship, but most people have ships, and everybody on land stays on land. They actually are here to maintain the island, as it were. So they don't necessarily have two different homes. And for most crews, their ship is their home. So what do you guys want to do?
I think I definitely have to find a room.
Yes, you do. Yeah.
I'll ask Snow. Snow, how long till your sister returns?
I don't know.
Just waiting for her, right?
I don't know. It depends on how long it takes for her to meet with the people she needs to meet with and do the deals she needs to do. So I am sorry I cannot tell you, but I hope for possibly tomorrow.
Is there somewhere we can all stay? Be
Somewhere safe. Yes.
The ship is probably the safest place.
But we can't go with Dajarkal.
Because of the shackles. Well, even so, shackled up, she would still be safer there than in the inns around here. However, if you wanted to stay at one of the inns, you can certainly try, but I don't recommend it.
They allow her to stay back on the ship.
I don't know if your sister will allow me back on.
His sister isn't there.
This is true, but they still obey her orders.
I see where you're coming from. You wanted us all to stay at this inn?
I mean, you're free to do what you would like, but I don't know if I'm welcome back.
You know, this will be a good opportunity for us all to get to know each other a little bit better. I feel like we've been going from job to job, and we've hardly really spoken. I know very little about you, Aella and Gaziel. Let's take this opportunity, yes?
Yes, that would be nice.
Okay, so one of the inns is a little bit better than the other one, meaning that it has fewer bugs. Let's go to that one.
All right.
Oh, no. Okay, fine.
I don't mind bugs.
Also, sorry, from the drinks that you guys enjoyed at the Bloated Cup, it's about a gold. The first round would have been 3 silver, 6 copper. Dajarkal, if you're covering that, and then I don't know if the rest of you want to split that as necessary. Snow, you also know that because Darktow polices itself, it is forbidden to steal or wrong another member of the revelry, especially within Darktow. That said, it is known that if there's nobody to report the crime doesn't get reported, nobody gets in trouble. So it's like, it's this unknown, unspoken, well, it's very spoken by the Planking, but the idea is that there's very little crime because people, it's a sanctuary for pirates. And everyone is kind of safe, even though, again, it goes punished by death if there is crime. But that said, again, if nobody's there to notice, then whatever. So it does happen, but rarely.
Right, John Wick.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll relay that to the party.
Okay.
It's just something to the effect of, listen, crime is very low around here. I joke about people picking your pockets. However, if you're in a position where a crime could happen and not be seen or reported, it could still happen. Just have your wits about you when you are in sensitive areas, I suppose. Yes, don't worry. It'll be fine. You're safer here than you are in most cities. Yes?
That's reassuring, I guess.
I trust you know what you're talking about, so if you have any recommendations on where to stay.
Yeah, so which inn would I be recommending?
Less bugs.
Yeah, the rickety,
the one with fewer bugs.
The rickety cricket is
more bugs.
Is beyond its actual name. Is the better of the two. But yeah, it's probably the way to go.
All right, is that actually in the book?
Nope, just made that up.
The rickety cricket.
So good, man. Okay, I recommend the rickety cricket.
Sounds charming.
Perfect.
And no bugs?
No, it's some bugs. Not as many as the other place.
I mean, to be fair, the ship it has its share of bugs and rats.
Yeah. And scurvy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right.
I trust you, Snow.
And so you guys find lodging. It's about $1 a night, and you don't know how long you'll be here. So I'm assuming you just pay for the night. You all manage to. Is anybody staying together? You're trying to find separate rooms. What's your plan?
I can share a room for economical purposes if somebody wants to share a room with me.
Okay. Anybody who shares, it's 5 copper. So Gaziel and Dajarkal share a room for 5 copper each. The rest of you?
I will share with Snow.
Okay. Bolt, Aella, and Plunk.
I'm going to just curl up in the corner of the last room that gets picked.
Okay, Aella.
Well, I don't mind sharing with Bolt if he wants to,
Okay. So
but is that allowed?
Yeah, so Bolt and Aella share a room, and then, you already did before on the ship. Bolt and Aella share a room, and then Plunk curls up in the corner of your room. And you all find sleep fairly easily.
Just like back on the ship.
That's right.
And we, is there something in the room that I can just kind of push against the door for safety?
Yeah. There's like a little kind of wardrobe, kind of makeshift sort of, aged wardrobe, but you can kind of shift it over for.
Yeah. I gotta just like plow it over to the door.
Yeah.
And
and there are fairly sturdy locks on the door.
Yeah, and then I'll go to sleep inside my shell.
Okay. Cool. On the ground. Don't even use the bed.
Forget the bed.
Yeah, I like it. I love it. All right. You all sleep without any issue. You get a long rest, of course. Well, you would have been rested throughout the 5 days of travel anyways, of course. And you were greeted by the sun that shines in the windows in this inn. And this inn is kind of, again, it's one of those kind of hovel sort of hewn out of the natural rock. And there were kind of hallways of stone and wood that make up the building, as is common in Darktow. And you can already start to hear the sounds of the busy streets outside as you start to wake and come to. What do you guys do?
Put on my armor.
Okay, everyone puts your armor on. See, you're learning. You're learning. Yay.
Goes without saying.
No, it doesn't.
Goes with saying, actually.
My game. No. All right.
I forgot to take my armor off the night before.
Well, yeah, no. That goes without saying.
Or
you won't sleep. Yeah.
I slept with my warhammer. I don't know about you guys.
They slept with your warhammer too? You just kind of like shared it?
I used the Necko as a pillow.
Yeah. All right. So the day is yours. You are in the pirate city of Darktow. There is much to see, that is for sure. And you are obviously currently kind of in a waiting pattern for 3 earrings to return from all of that stuff. So what do you do?
I would like to take Snow's directions from last night and make my way to the blacksmith.
And I'll just follow Bolt.
Okay. Anybody else going anywhere different? Or is everyone going kind of to the market?
To the market.
Yeah, to market.
Okay. All right. 4 blocks to the right of the Bloated Cup, just outside of the shipyard, is a makeshift pavilion housing dozens of crates and tables known as the Sundry Square. An open market known to sell all manner of goods, contraband and otherwise. You see tons of stalls and tables and people hawking their wares and so on. And you hear the very distinct clink, clink of a blacksmith. In the back corner of the pavilion, you see a sign above a blacksmith booth that says the Gilded Anvil.
I go straight there.
Yep.
I'll make sure that before we get there,
Yeah.
that I pull my loot back out and hand it back to Bolt and go, there you go.
Ah, right. Yes, we wanted to put a saying into the instrument, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Did you pick one?
Yeah.
All right. Let me just activate it, and then you can record what you want to be said. Ready?
Ready.
And go.
And so I whisper a Grinner's song into, which is only one verse long, into the lute.
Okay.
And Jay, if
Yes.
you'll allow it,
Mm-hmm.
I would like for the song to only take 2 strings and the other 2 strings to be reserved for another melody.
I would say that you could do each string. It's a single item, so I would say that each string could be a different item.
Okay, so that's what I'll do. The Grinner song is the first of the items.
Okay. All right. And I'm assuming you know this Grinner song, but nobody else does, sort of thing, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. As you kind of make your way to the Gilded Anvil, you see a number of other stalls that kind of stick out. They're the largest of the stalls, which seem to be selling all manner of general goods. Is called the Polished Gangplank. There's another smaller sort of hut called Squelch's Salves and Potions, and you just see bottles and bottles stacked on kind of rickety, kind of temporary shelving. You see another one that says Magical Mix Mystical Menagerie, and all manner of magical trinkets and sorts, all of that kind of sort of thing is there. And then, of course, you guys make it in front of the Gilded Anvil. And there is a man who turns around, and he's got these long mustaches and this long goatee and a wrap that wraps around his head and kind of heads down. Snow, you recognize his dress to be very much Marquesian.
Oh.
You could tell that as he speaks. Every time Josh looks at me and goes like this, he can't see. And I'm like, what are you nodding your head about? Oh, man. Snow is blind. Oh, next time somebody asks me to play a blind character. I got to remember, man. I'm learning. All right. And the gentleman at the stand turns around and he says, well, hello. My name is Teodoro. I am here to help you any way that you want. What can I do for you?
Any way that we want.
Well, not any way. I have all manner of metallic wonders. Do you want swords? Do you want shields? We specialize in Marquesian steel, if you're interested.
All manner.
Yes, I am.
He seems confused by Plunkrawk and the goings on.
Yes, we've come in search of any type of metal armor that you may have available.
Oh, I have all manner of metal armor, and if I don't have it here, I can go back and get more if you like. What are you looking for?
Do you have any, say, plate armor?
Plate armor, but of course I have plate armor. What manner of plate are you looking for? Full plate, half plate, Marquesian plate?
Ooh, tell me about Marquesian plate.
Marquesian plate is the best steel found in Exandria, of course. Made by our best smiths, traveled thousands of miles across the Lucidian Ocean from Marquette. We take very good care in gilding the edges with Marquesian gold. Very, very nice for the right buyer.
Ah, very interesting. Does this have any sort of extra defensive features, or is it just very, very ornate?
Some say perhaps mystical in nature, but I will tell you, between us, and he kind of looks at you and he whispers, they're just very, very pretty. The ladies really like it, you know what I'm saying? It goes nicely with your bronze skin.
Oh.
I look over at the ladies to see if they know what he's saying. Like,
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Well, I am on a bit of a budget. Maybe, is there any... Show me some of the, maybe, less expensive plate armor? I'm not too picky.
I have this standard plate armor, I guess. If that's something that you are interested in, I guess we could probably make a deal for it. You find the best prices here on Darktow, of course.
Of course.
This, for example, is very, very nice plate. And he points back to a dummy, and he's wearing full plate. And looks like what you would expect a medieval kind of European plate to look like. And he says, that is 1,200 gold.
Hey, Jay.
Very good price.
Seeing that I'm with Bolt, I'll cast a distort value on that piece of plate and make it look a lot less expensive to the seller of the plate, to the storekeeper.
Interesting.
And now let me read you.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a spell.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Do you need, the description is, do you need to squeeze a few more gold pieces out of your merchant as you try to sell that weird or buy from that Chaos Temple? Do you need to downplay the worth of some magical assets when the tax collector stops by? Distort value has you covered. You cast the spell on an object no more than 1 foot on a side, doubling the object's perceived value or diminishing the object's perceived value by half with the help of illusory scratches, dents, and or other unsightly features. Anyone examining the object can ascertain its true value with a successful intelligence check against your spell save DC.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
So what's your spell save DC?
It is 13.
Okay. So he kind of turns the armor. He says, "Would you like to take a look?" And you start to look around it. And Bolt, you notice, and I think it's for everyone, right, Joel? It's not specific to anyone. So Bolt, you start to look around, and on the back of it, there is a very unsightly dent that you know would severely affect the structural capacity of this specific suit of armor.
Well, it's very nice, but it seems like it's a bit damaged, isn't it? I mean, look at this side over here. I don't know if it'd be as strong as you make it out to be.
is it impossible to tell if the Plunkrawk did this? Like, is there a verbal component or anything?
It's touch.
So you would have to touch it because it's.
Well, I'm right beside him, so why don't I just touch it?
Okay, so you kind of walked over. I'll allow that to happen. But does it have a somatic component as well, or is it just?
No, only touch.
Only touch. Okay. Yep. So he also looks around, and he's like, "That's strange. That wasn't there before. I swear the armor was." And he actually runs his hand over it and realizes that the dent is not actually there, that it is an illusory, and you can tell that he's noticed that something is happening.
I'll quickly just go and walk out the door.
Well, it's an open stall, but you kind of walk down the. He's like, somebody's playing tricks on me. I fixed this armor myself. I know it's not like that. And he starts to look around at you guys. One of you, is this some sort of trick to try and steal from me?
Well, it isn't any of my doing. I'm just here searching for some armor, and this one doesn't look very nice.
Give me a stealth check, Joel, to get out of there.
Sure. I'll yell out. Looks magical.
Well, that just undid your stealth check. As he says, "That one. Was it that one?"
That was magical.
And he starts to kind of look around for the pirate sentries potentially that are kind of looking over the market.
Okay, so now I'll duck and try to head to another stall and shimmy behind.
Okay, give me a stealth check for hide.
Okay.
What are the rest of you doing?
I was going to say, well, no one is here to steal anything. We're very willing to pay, for an item. We would just like to, get a fair price. And I cast Charm Person.
23 is what I got.
Okay, so you cast Charm Person. All right, and he has to succeed on what?
14.
He looks at you, and you see kind of like his eyes glaze over for a second, and then he blinks, and he looks at you and says, I see what you're trying to do here. I suggest that all of you turn around and go the other way, please, before we start trouble. And he steps back and puts his hand on his scimitar.
All of us?
Are you not all together?
Well, we came together, but I'm just here to shop.
Persuasion check.
$10.
I'm sorry, but if you are associated with people like this, I will not do business with you. Leave now.
I'm sorry. I merely said that we were here to pay a fair price.
And I know
You
exactly
said
what you
steal,
attempted.
and we had no intention of stealing.
You attempted to cast some sort of magic on me. You need to leave.
I'll say to Dajarkal, I'll say, you should leave, miss, with your bird friend. We're just here for some armor.
And I just kind of like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. I will leave you, like, acting like as though I don't know them very well.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry,
And
sir.
I'll say to
I
the
was just trying
shopkeeper,
to help.
I can't believe people
I'll leave.
sometimes.
Okay, persuasion check with disadvantage, Bacalhau. Because we're casting magic on items. You all came together.
Okay.
Everybody's swindling.
Can I help him persuade?
Sure. With disadvantage.
So what does that do? I've got disadvantage, but he's helping?
He adds his modifier to your disadvantage roll.
Yeah, so mine's
Okay.
+3.
Okay, so I'm at 10. But I also have Bardic Inspiration left over from Joel.
You do.
Can I still use that?
No. I don't think it lasts that
Is
long.
it runs
Really?
out at some point?
I imagine
check.
it would.
I'll check for you, Dave.
Yeah, if you can check.
Yep, I'm doing that right now.
Yeah.
Actions, Bardic Inspiration. As a bonus action, this can be added after seeing the roll, but before knowing the outcome. Within 60 feet, that can hear you gains an inspiration die for 10 minutes. The creature can add it to one.
I think that's gone.
Yeah, that was like 10 days ago.
That's a couple days. Okay, so I'm at 10. I'm at 10.
Yeah. Okay, so he turns to you and he says, first of all, your kind don't need armor. I know that very well. And he yells, Herald! And this massive half-orc, who is standing kind of off the side, hefts a great axe on his back and begins walking down the aisle towards this stall.
Okay, I'll quickly step out in front of him and go, song for you. And
Okay, so you kind of you're off. We went off and kind of hid, but you kind of run back around and then.
Yeah, I can see trouble's happening. I pull out my loot, step in front of him and go, okay, song for you. You look like you need a song. And
persuasion check with disadvantage, please, at this point.
But I haven't sung the song yet.
It doesn't matter.
I haven't performed.
Yeah, whether he wants to hear it or not, or allows you to play.
Okay, all right.
Can I
That's a
say
natural 20.
Ooh.
Okay.
While he's doing this, me seeing another half orc just kind of like straightens my hair out and kind of give a little wink.
Well, it was disadvantage with the natural 20. Is that what you got? You got 2 20s?
Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't hear the disadvantage.
Yeah.
Sorry, my apologies. That is what am I rolling for?
Persuasion.
Persuasion. So I got a 16 on the second roll.
Okay. He kind of stops and is caught off guard by this Kancko who jumps in front of him and pulls his lute out and begins to strum. Go ahead, play your song.
You don't need to really do a thing here with me now. You should just go to the tavern down the street somehow. Let's all get along. Just like my song. Let's all get along. You like my song. Don't you?
Okay.
Let's go! And I try to convince him to go to the tavern.
All right, give me now a persuasion check with advantage then.
Okay.
That was good.
So that's a 19 because of the +5, and that is a okay. We just had advantage, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because that's a 7. So 19 is what I got.
Oh, okay, 19. The half orc looks, and again, this big, bustling, rippled, veins popping out in his neck, has his hefts his axe on his shoulder and looks at you, and then looks over at Teodoro, and Teodoro's kind of like, come on over. And he looks down and he says, what's the problem here? I don't get it.
I just go, me either. Tavern.
Teodoro turns to you, Adam, and says, I don't know what you are doing, but this sort of thing is frowned upon in this city. You are new here. But this is not so good. He looks at you, Snow, and says, I know you. I know your sister. Is this the people that you confide in? Are these your companions?
Well,
Speak some sense into
just-
them, please.
Well, I could try. I did not know this was going to happen. Honestly, I think my dragonborn friend just wants to buy armor, and I did not expect any of this other to happen. Had I known they would try such a thing, I would have told them not to. Of course, merchants in this place, of all places, have seen all of the tricks. So,
And I
it's
just
unwise
spotted
to
them
try
all.
and play any. Sorry?
And I just spotted them all.
Yes, you did. Obviously, because you're experienced, you know all of these things. As I said, I did not expect that they would do such a thing, or I would have warned them against it. Please forgive them. They are very new at this place.
Okay.
It's their first time.
Persuasion check with it. Just persuasion check straight because of the fact that you're a known quantity here in Darktow.
Okay.
We're to wait outside.
Okay,
I'm
so
just
you,
gonna go.
You
I'm
go
just gonna
outside
go
the
to
pavilion.
the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 13.
Okay. He says, "I will do business with the Dragonborn. The rest of you need to go."
Yes, hey, how about all of
See ya.
us go over there?
Yeah. Bye.
Yes, just quick questions now.
Yes.
When was it we were expected to get payment from your sister?
Still waiting. I'm not entirely sure when.
Right, and remind me, what was the amount?
I don't remember. I think we were getting an equal share of the entire total.
History check. Snow.
All right.
For me?
No, for Snow.
Okay, 16.
You thought it was about 500 gold. Just to
I
split.
think about 500 each.
No,
to
to split.
No, to split. Okay. 500 to split amongst ourselves.
Right, that rings a bell.
Right.
All right. I turn back to the shopkeeper. Sorry about all this. I just came here to shop, to be quite honest. Do you have anything in more along the lines of chainmail? I'm just worried about.
Yes, of
Got my
course.
pocketbook.
I thought you wanted plate.
Well, I mean, plate would be lovely, but it seems it's a bit out of my price range.
Fair enough. Chainmail. Marquesian or normal? You can tell that all kind of his sales tactics have gone out the window, and he's just playing it super straight.
I think normal is just quite fine.
75 gold.
75. Do you also sell shields here?
Yes, of course. And he shows you a collection of different types of shields. They have bucklers, and they have tower shields, and a bunch of other types. 10 gold.
10 gold. All right. Well, if I pay for both, how about we call it? Oh, well, wait a minute. All right. Have your price in mind. I'll have to come back. Maybe tomorrow when I have the funds.
Very well. Don't bring your friends.
Done.
Gaziel, as you kind of stand off to the side of the market, out of the shadow steps a squirrely little man in his late 50s to early 60s, you imagine, sporting a long goatee with unkempt handlebar mustache and thinning, receding hairline.
Mm-hmm.
He has a pack at his side that appears to be filled with all manner of books, documents, and ledgers. He kind of pulls on your sleeve as he looks down at you. He says, "Good day. I have it on good authority that you have recently come in contact with an item of great power. Is that right?" And he's speaking very, very quietly and softly.
Are you talking about me? I've come across an item of great power?
But yes, you and your companions. Is that not correct? He turns to make sure no one else is listening as he pushes up his oversized spectacles. Ukatoa? I would much like to have a conversation with you, but not here. Please, follow me as he scurries westward, and that is where we're going to end the session for the evening.
No! It was like Alice in Wonderland. Do I follow or do I not follow?
All right, thank you so much. We're over time, but I didn't want to interrupt a very interesting shopping episode, or not a whole episode, but a episode within itself. Thank you, everyone, for watching at home. If you enjoyed what you saw and would like to join our revelry, do so by subscribing at the Twitch Prime level or at Tier 1, Tier 2, or Tier 3 for varying degrees. All of that information is on our Discord, and those links are posted in our chat by Prometheus, Bound, and Shadster, our wonderful moderators for this evening. I want to thank our production staff, as usual, Josh and Julian, for all of their hard work on a weekly basis. I do want to say that you guys are now in Darktow. So for the first time since we started the Darktow channels on Discord, our players will now have access to all of the public places within Darktow that you can chat with the viewers at home.
Oh.
And so I will give you all access, and you guys can jump in there into the Bloated Cup or the docks as you see fit to chat with them over the next week until you guys leave Darktow, basically. As long as you're there, you'll have the opportunity to chat with them and carry on in the revelry, as it were.
That's awesome.
We are now going to announce the winner of the D&D Beyond giveaway, as well as the seat for the one-shot, which will be held privately with our crew and cast. And we'll play again into the main storyline. It will be a super elite mission that only certain Revelry members will be asked to join on the Menagerie Coast, which is super exciting and fun and wonderful. SD Tango Doc is the winner of the D&D Beyond
Nice
digital copy of Tides of Wildemount. Congratulations. We will send you a code. Our mods will be in touch to make sure that you get that code. What's that? Roll a D11? I thought that was the name of the person who won.
Roll a D11.
I'm like, roll a D. What is? I don't know what a D11 is. What do I roll?
D12 minus 1.
D12. Yes, I'll do that. I rolled an 11. So whoever number 11 is. Daza, you are the winner of the third spot within our one shot that will be taking place in the near future. That is 3 spots done, 1 more spot next week, and we will make sure that we keep everybody posted on that private game and what it is. Thank you, everyone, for watching at home. Stay safe in this crazy time. I feel that us being all together at the table soon is on the horizon. That's a wrap on episode 8, y'all. You guys have a good night. Bye.
Thanks for not killing me.